Alright, good evening once again. Good to see you all again. And, yep.
Oh.
Whoops, almost forgot to do desktop audio capture. That was silly. You only missed, fortunately you only missed, them showing their enthusiasm for the show we have lined up
Woo,
tonight.
yeah!
Yeah, baby.
Woo, yeah!
That's what I've been waiting for.
Stream from a Twitch chat.
We'd be more enthusiastic, but we're also both like dead from,
Yep, that was,
from prior streams.
that's something I was gonna bring up, but before we explain that, we should probably introduce ourselves, shouldn't we? So,
Yar.
starting with me, because I am the host, I am important. This is my Twitch stream
Yeah.
on, technically, so I am Cliff, and you will only call me Cliff. Drives me nuts when I get called by my full name. So, I do music-type things. I drink a bunch, I talk with people a lot, and I have been reading this for the last year or so. And today we keep on rolling. This is going to be something of a watershed stream, I think. This is going to be the real twist of the root here. But I'll explain that more later. So, next up, we'll go right to left, so that means Mr. Hero.
Oh, hey, that's me. Hi guys, what's up? My name's Shizune. I'm your part-time hero, part-time jumphead, full-time cool guy. Play video games, I sing a lot of songs, and I'm voicing Hisao Nakai. That's me.
So,
Yes, indeed, he is.
Hisao.
Hisao. Or no,
Yeah.
do it like that stupid stock sound effect. Hisao.
he's so.
Anyways,
yeah, I've been doing this for the whole time.
yep.
Yeah.
Yes, he has. But again, we've progressed past the point of me forcing you to do it for 9 hours, so be grateful for that at least.
Oh God, bro. He's right, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, so would the last person like to introduce themselves?
Lakeski, everybody. My name is Yodo Yo-Yo. I'm Supreme Lead of Yo Mania, Idol in Training, Yome Joshi Extraordinaire. I like long walks on the beach, your mother, and today I like girls with glasses who are a little freaky. Cause I'm playing Shizune.
Yeah.
Tell us about your tags. Tell
You
us
should
about your
tell us
tags.
it's okay.
Tell us-
I did a tag list, like I did a tag
Yeah.
list stream essentially, and we all know how that turned out. So
I actually don't. I was busy working on music that day, so
I feel like you should like you shouldn't watch it because like honestly I felt like a lot of people like walked away
Right.
knowing way too much about
They
knowing
did.
way too much than they would have liked. Like
yeah.
it was crazy because I had some people who like I really look up to who haven't been able to catch my stream and they're like, oh that's interesting, and I'm like, fuck.
Wow. I'm just
Damn
like,
it.
wow, I learned a lot.
Yeah, I'm like, fucking hell, man. Oh god.
I'll be nice. I will not perceive that in that case.
Thank you. Thank you for not perceiving.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world. So, as we implied earlier, these two have had a very busy week, and I'm shocked they even agreed to do this in the first place.
Ooh.
Because again, they apparently they both had karaoke yesterday. Miss Yoro, I forgot to mention, is also fresh off her 3,000 follower milestone type of
Danke.
stream.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Danke,
Punch,
danke.
punch, punch, punch,
Yes.
punch, 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 punch.
She has progressed a lot. She has made stunning progress. It's impressive.
No, you epic.
Sure, yeah. Well, I suppose we'll save the praise for later then, because we have a story to read, don't we?
Yes, we have
Sure do.
Fantastic.
a lot to read.
Well, actually, not that much. It's only a handful of
Yeah.
scenes, because, again, we did something unusual last time. We chopped one of the acts in half. And here's...
I think, yeah, because we're both like either sick or just like dead.
Right.
Yeah.
Much like right now. But,
Yeah, a little bit, but not too bad. I feel like Shizune. Oh, Shizune does go, huh?
Yeah. Just,
uh,
It's so funny that you say that because like I've been like playing Xenogears, and every time someone just has ... I just go.
I go,
"Hmm."
huh? Yeah,
And I'm just
exactly.
like, I'm just like, oh man, she like I stole that from her. Oh god.
whatever works.
Yeah.
Yep. Brother Tabor, and welcome to the stream. You're just in time for us to begin the reading. Fantastic. So, if I hit load... The anchor, here we go. 6 hours already. Time flies, doesn't it?
Man. We're gaming. We're
Sort of.
gamers.
I mean, again, these take 9 hours to read, so...
I know.
Anyways.
3 hours to go, boy. Let's go.
Let's go.
Yes, indeed. Enthusiasm. We...
Yeah.
Come on, act like you like this game, huh?
You got Hal's parts, right? Cool.
Yes, I do. Hal and, Freya's parts as well.
Let's go.
Yep.
Go Halvernock.
I mean, again, don't knock them too much for, seeming a bit tired, because, again, they've had an eventful week, so, anyways.
Yeah.
So with that...
We do best, though. We swag out.
Yes, we
Yeah.
do.
We're gamers.
I love that logo little thingy. It's so rempy. it's so I learned how to do this rempy. I love it.
It's just the resources you gotta use, man. Use what's available to you.
Yeah, I love it though, because
Yep.
it takes me back.
Fantastic. Anyways, so, starting off. Our return trip to the school keeps getting delayed in one way or another. Shizune and Misa come back so late that there's no use even leaving, and we end up staying another day. The morning after, we miss the train by a single minute, and then the next 2 don't arrive. We missed the 4th train because I wandered off to get a drink in the meantime. Shizune wasn't very happy about that. By the time I finally get back to my room, I feel so tired, even though I spent most of the ride back sleeping. I can't say it's only because of today. This seems like a familiar symptom of traveling. It's not the first time it's happened. If no one has beat me to it, I could do a thesis on it. Maybe get in a medical journal. Returning from a trip syndrome. Not very creative. I fall asleep if I can think of a better name. Okay, what was my hotkey again? There it is. A loud knock on my door wakes me up only a few hours into my nap. I'm annoyed because I'd just been in the middle of a dream that I can't remember, having been woken up in the middle of it. Yeah, but I'm sure it was a good one. I briefly wonder who it could be, but it's not like I get many visitors. I'm sure it's Kenji. I hope he's just rolling out the welcome wagon and not gonna hit me up for money again. If that was the case, I'd almost be touched. Not touched enough to fight off the urge to roll over and go back to sleep, though. Did it work? A few hours after that, and I wake up again and immediately spot an envelope on the floor. It must be something that came in the mail while I was away. That's just in the Misa's department, so I wonder if they dropped by to give it to me, or maybe someone filled in for them in their absence and told Kenji to pass it along. When I pick it up, any remnants of sleepiness in me instantly vanish. Even if the name of the sender wasn't on it, I would have known who it was by looking at the envelope itself, realizing why it looked so familiar. By recognizing the delicate handwriting addressing it. It's from Awa Nako. At first I can't believe it, but it wouldn't be too hard for her to track me down if she wanted to. Of course, I hadn't thought that she would want to. She was maybe my girlfriend for all of 5 seconds. After that, we barely spoke to each other. It'd be too easy to put this letter away somewhere and forget about it. Part of me wants to do that, or throw it away unread. Why I want to do these things, I don't know. It'd be easy to do them. Easier than to read it. Setting the envelope open with the tip of a pen, I'm surprised by the length of the letter that spills out.
Dear Hisao, how are you? Hope you're well and happy at your new school. Everyone here misses you. Almost all of our second-year class got put together in Class 3-1 for the final year, so we're pretty comfortable right from the beginning of the year. I'm sure you would have been assigned to this class as well. The mood among the third years seems to be very anxious about the final exams, even though they're so far away. The teachers are badgering us about it all the time, even old Mr. Tachibana, who is, by the way, our homeroom teacher this year. Would you believe it? I was sure that he'd retire after our second year, but here he is, nagging everyone about studying for exams. I think things like that are the main reason why the mood among the third years is so nervous. I must admit that I'm somehow losing confidence in myself as well, even though I've always fared reasonably well in exams.
The small talk makes me feel nostalgic. It's almost like I'm in the hospital again. Every now and then, Iwanaka would drop by and give me the gist of what was going on in class. But even then, I had an inkling that I would never return to.
It's so weird to think we're already seniors, isn't it? Time's really flown past. I wonder where it went. The new first years seem so young and somehow really innocent. I keep wondering if I was like them in my first year. I've been feeling nostalgic like this for the whole first trimester. There are other things I want to say. I'm writing to you because I felt that there are things I should have said after the incident back in winter. I really regret that I wasn't able to say them in person, and I have no excuse for it. The truth is, the times when I visited you at the hospital made me worried about you. I'm not talking about your health. You seem to be more distant and disheartened. It was natural after something like that happened, I'm sure, but somehow I got the feeling that you'd given up on something back then. Happiness, maybe? I wanted to somehow express my feelings, but the right words didn't come to me. I couldn't say anything to comfort you. I'm really sorry for not being able to support you when it mattered the most, even though I like you so much. At least now, finally, I can be more honest.
What a convenient time for her to rediscover her sincerity. Well, even as I think that, I know she's right. Distant and disheartened is a good way to describe it. And maybe I had given up too. It weighs on my heart when I think back to when I was lying in the hospital feeling so bitter when she finally stopped showing up. I wasn't surprised and I had no right to be. How could you not stop coming when it was the only expectation I had of her? She dropped by only for all of 6 weeks after the incident. If I drifted away from her, it was because I could feel her already moving herself away from me the moment she showed up.
If I could go back to those quiet days in February and March, I'd tell you not to give up on yourself. That's what I would say. Maybe you wouldn't have drifted so far away if I just said something. I hope you've managed to get back on your feet on your own. Now that the distance between us is also physical, it also feels more final, somehow. I wonder if we will meet again. Perhaps it's for the best if we don't. Still, if you'd like to correspond with me, by all means write me back. I'd very much like to hear about your new school and how you're doing. I wish you all the best. Sincerely, Yuanako.
It's a strange feeling knowing that I'm never going to hear from her again. If she really wanted to keep in touch, she wouldn't have picked a medium like snail mail to do it through. If she could get my address, then my email or phone number wouldn't have been that much work had she wanted them. This is only a goodbye. I exhale, only just now becoming aware that I've been reading with bated breath. Now who's being distant, Iwanako? But maybe it really is for the best. For her to pick up a pen and write this letter to me, it can only be because of how she felt guilty about how things ended. That she was hurt by how we floated out of each other's lives made me feel a sort of wistful happiness. I almost want to thank her, and I only don't because I know she wouldn't want me to reply. There's a knock on my door. Then it opens anyway, about a millisecond later. I forgot to lock it stupidly.
Sup, man? Why's your door open?
I run to the door faster than it's probably medically safe for me to do so I can prevent Kenny from seeing the mountains of pills just a couple of feet away from him, blocked from his side only by the door. Then there's a letter I'm holding. If he asked about it, I don't think I could make up anything convincing. About 2 feet away from him, I realized that his vision was so bad that it was probably never an issue. He didn't even seem to see me about to practically tackle him back to the door frame.
Hey, what the hell, man?
What are you talking about? Your room has a billion locks on it, yet you barge in right through other people's doors. You don't even wait a second after knocking before you try the door. It's like simultaneous. You're already opening the door while you're knocking on it.
See? That's exactly why I have all these locks. It's a cold and uncaring world there. A gatecrasher's world. Now you also understand. I just taught you a valuable lesson, dude. Knowledge is power. Why are you yelling at me? I'm a hero. Look at you. You didn't even lock your door. The average woman could have killed you a billion times already, then replaced you with a female clone, indistinguishable from the original. It almost happened to me.
Ignoring the latter parts is just too confusing. It's funny he should say that. He was unable to stop me from tackling him head on, yet apparently a woman could have killed me a billion times. If this man's a hero, we're all doomed.
What's that you got over there?
Somehow I was able to see the letter still in my hand. Although I've been waving it around, that's no surprise. I fold it back up quickly, but take care not to whip it behind my back or anything else. That'd be too suspicious. It seems like I'm jumping that I thought about Iwanako writing to me.
I got a letter.
Oh yeah, I put that there. I was sleeping, then I woke up because I heard explosions. I put on my helmet, and then I peeked outside to see what was going on. But it was just that student councilman banging on your door. It was the one without the pink hair. She was knocking so loudly that it was obvious she was filled with murderous rage. Rage at you. Then she somehow sensed me behind her, and I tried to escape, but it was too late. She caught me and started pointing at the door.
I opened my mouth to tell him that she's deaf, but decided not to, for various reasons.
I didn't really get it. She got more and more pissed off, like an old man trying to use a touchscreen phone. She was going to kill me. Kill me and replace me with a woman version of me. But then the sunlight reflected off my glasses and blinded her, saving my life. It was like, behold, optic blast! I don't get how someone with glasses could be hurt by glasses. She uses them too. She should be immune to their death rays. But whatever. She gave me this envelope with your name on it and just left. Clearly, she was out for blood, so I lied and said you were away. I think you were away, right? I've been trying to ask you if you wanted to help me with my homework for a week now, but kept getting no answer. Welcome back, man.
Thanks.
Yeah, so she gave me this envelope and it had your name on it. I didn't hold on to it because, well, if it was a bomb. So I shoved it under your door when she was gone. I was going to tell you, but you got back before I could. At least it's not a bomb.
Gee, thanks. I'm not gonna help you out with your math homework because what if your math textbook is a bomb?
He looks devastated and also like he's considering the possibility that it really could be a bomb. I guess it is possible since no one really uses their math book all that much. I throw the letter on the dresser behind me and try to leave, swinging the door shut behind me as I do. It collides against the tip of Kenji's shoe and bounces back open, while he hops around for a bit, acting like it hurt way more than it should have. Before I know it, he's already inside my room. I'm powerless to stop him before he scoops up the litter, strangely ignoring the towers of pill bottles surrounding it.
Hey, don't read mail that isn't your own.
Come on, what is it? A love letter from your girlfriend? Did she include photos? Sexy photos?
Reclining against the dresser and paying no mind to the bottles, he's ended up on the floor by doing so. Kenji quietly reads through Iwanako's letter. The process takes seemingly forever, and with how close he holds it up to his face, makes it look like he's trying to eat it.
Who's Iwanako?
My ex-girlfriend.
Ex-girlfriend, huh? This is the breakup letter then. I thought they were a myth.
No, I guess it is, but really, she's been my ex-girlfriend for a while. Anyway, I think I'm already over it.
Kenji gives a thumbs up, clearly relieved that I'm not going to take this into an awkward direction, although I almost want to since I told him not to read it.
Yeah, that's a good attitude. It's alright. I had a bad breakup too, but you can't let it get you down. I mean, just look at me. But hey, she wrote you a letter. Maybe she wants to get back together, huh? It says right there, write her back. You should do it. Is she cute?
For a guy who thinks feminists are working to enslave men everywhere, he really is interested in cute girls.
I have a girlfriend. Besides, look at the context. She doesn't want me to write back. Just because that's what it says, that isn't what she means.
That's what she wrote. This rockfish kid chick totally still wants you. It even says it right there.
I read it. I know what it says. I told you. You have to look at the context. She said I drifted away from her, and everything there shows she accepted that. I think the reason she wrote to me is that she just wants to. I guess. Part amicably, but we're done. She doesn't want to get back together or whatever you're thinking.
As I think about it more, it sounds like I'm just trying to make excuses for myself. That's not a good place to be. I'm positive that she doesn't want me to write her back. I can live with that. If I were to write her back and get a less than desirable response or no response, then I'd just be crushed. Perhaps the fear of that is why I'm trying to justify my decision. It could be, but I don't want to think about it. I thought it was repulsive.
Why is this such a big deal to you anyway?
Because you should write her back. She wants you to. I want to see what the response is going to be. Damn, it doesn't even have to be a nice letter. That'd be cool too, but you could write an angry letter and call her out. That's my new attack strategy. I'm going to call women out. You should try it.
Even if she wrote me a letter, you have to understand what that means. Writing someone a letter is different now. It's not just something you do, not in this kind of situation. You can pick up your phone and call someone across the world in an instant and talk to them almost like they were there with you. Or send them an email. They'll be notified instantly that they got that and reply back, just like that. A letter can be a personal thing, but she wanted to keep me at an arm's distance. It's not like I can pop over there and visit her. I had her number, I'd call her, or if I had her mail, I could mail her. If she really wanted to hear back from me, she would have dropped one of those in there.
I feel silly for continuously reassuring myself that I'm not fazed by Iwanako writing to me when it's so obvious that I am.
It could be like a gradual thing for her. She might be too shy to call you up. I remember my girlfriend always sent me text messages because she was so shy. It was annoying as hell, man. I didn't really give a shit about phones, so I didn't have the thing. And it turns out I have to pay for every single one. But I don't like phones, so I couldn't even call her back to tell her to cut that out. I did anyway, though. I called her out. I even used the phone. It was a literal call out.
I guess it was.
Even if it's right, it means that Iwanako still wants to keep her distance from me. She's not ready to chat with me comfortably. Why? Am I some kind of freak? I'm not really sure by her actions anyway in that case. Maybe I'm overthinking it, I just don't know. Kenji can't think of anything to say to that, and the silence that follows is so awkward and thick that I start to count the seconds until he makes up a reason to leave and excuses himself.
I miss her.
Your ex?
Yeah, even if she was insane, it was nice being with her. My back hurts. If she were still around, I could tell her to massage it. I don't know how to use an oven either. I miss baked food. And we would go bowling in the hallway sometimes. I miss that too. I had to bowl all by myself during that last festival.
You bowl in the hallway? You're going to hit someone.
She used to say that all the time.
Kenji sighs nostalgically, clearly not appreciating just how badly someone can get hurt by slipping on a bowling pin. Apparently neither did his girlfriend, since she bowled with him. What a strange definition of love, but I guess it's something.
Maybe you should write her a letter. If she writes you back, you can get married.
Married? No. No.
Okay, fine, but why not? You clearly like her, even though you hate women.
Feminists, not women. Feminists. There's a difference. There are non-feminist women. Damn, your discrimination is incredible. Correlation doesn't equal causation. Even if she is insane and a woman, it doesn't mean she's a feminist insane woman. It's like how the absence of evidence isn't the evidence of absence. If it's true, then by the relative property, the presence of evidence doesn't equal the evidence of presence.
Actually, I think it is, and I don't think it's called the relative property.
No, shut up, it's mathematics. Are you saying math is wrong?
I think he's wrong. So if Kenji has someone that he likes, I'm tempted to ask why he and his ex broke up or to dig for more information in general, but I shouldn't. Not only would it be prying, but he might reverse the question back to me. This conversation makes me think about Shizune, although the thoughts of having her scattered and wispy, just questions. I wonder if I even had a chance to love Iwanako, and this whole situation with her still stings me, a sour note in the back of my mind. I like Shizune much more, yet it feels like I'm chasing her even now. I don't mind the chase, but I want to close that distance between us. Iwanako's letter was responsible, but I've also felt this way for a while. I've come closer, but it's not enough. I want to try again, right now. That's why I have to get out so I can change and then head for the student council room. The grounds are mostly deserted today, which is a shame because it's so nice out. No one answers when I knock. Shit. No one answers when I knock. I try to go in anyway, but it's locked. When I pull my hand away from the doorknob, it's covered in dust. Looks like no one's been here since we left. Since I'm already out here and dressed, I might as well get something to eat in town. My wallet's back in my room, though. On the way back there, I stumbled across Misha sitting down behind the main building. Her eyes are closed in sleep, and she looks very tranquil. It's always been hard to picture her not constantly bouncing around or hopping on the tips of her toes impatiently. My first instinct is to call out to her and ask her if she's seen Shizune or if she wants to go to town with me, but now that I've seen her, I don't feel like disturbing her. I leave her alone.
I just have to say how it's like fucking amazing as fucking Kenji.
Yes, indeed he is.
He's so funny.
You can count on him to bring levity, much like he will in a later scene. Anyways, for the first few days after I was back, I almost forgot that I was in the student council. I managed to pick up here and there that the student council usually gets swamped with work around the end of the break, but didn't have to be the case. The few times where I managed to catch Shizune or Misa, they were in too much of a hurry for me to get a chance to ask if they needed help. Anytime they weren't, I'd only be able to get a hold of Misa. Shizune would say something about how there was work, but it was so little that involving either her, Misa, or I would, bore us. After a while, the idea of having some free time again started to grow on me, though there were still periods where I felt like I had too much of it. Just when I was getting used to it, though, things changed again. Now I found myself back in the student council room arguing with Shizune about whether or not tissue boxes make good ballot boxes or not.
I'm telling you, they work just fine. As long as we get the cube-shaped ones, not the rectangular ones. Misha, can you sign that, sir? I've got my hand full. On second thought, forget it.
She's busy cutting out ballot slips, so if she were to make one errant movement, she would probably send the scissors flying into someone's head. I dropped the box of poster paints I'm carrying onto my little table in the student council room, and cough as a wave of dust hits me in the face. It really has been a while.
Do you think we should change the size of the ballot slips?
You're playing her again.
Okay, I got this. Don't worry, I got this. Alright.
What? But Chi-chan already cut out so many of them.
We can make them smaller. It'll be more efficient. We just have to shrink the font. More ballots will fit in a single box that way. We'll only need half the amount of the paper then. The format for voting can be changed. It could be more like a real election. Then we might be able to get away with buying less boxes. With the money left over, we can get a pizza, or maybe Chinese, or a cake, or 3 bowls of the new ramen bowl I want to try.
Shizune excitedly rubs a finger along the frame of her glasses as she ponders more ways to cut even a half yen of spending off our budget. Since I think she's the only one who even knows what our budget is, I'm scared to ask just how tiny it is for her to have to do this.
What about all the ballot slips Misha already cut out?
Don't worry. I can make them into memo pads and sell them in the school store.
Chi-chan, they don't look very cute though.
Shizune seems to disagree. Now they're arguing, but it looks like it consists of something more than signing yes I do and no they don't at each other until they're so tired of it, they're just taking turns pointing at each other commandingly. It's strange, partly because it looks kind of ridiculous, but also because I've never seen them disagree. Then again, both of them have looked very stressed these past few days. Shizune has been increasingly absorbed in the idea of student council elections, though they're months away. I imagine this is how politicians act when they realize our regime change is imminent and their era is over. I'm having trouble taking student council matters seriously at all, even now, as I practice my calligraphy on signs that won't go up for weeks, but I can understand why Shizune does. After all, she's been student council president for 3 years. According to her dad, she's wanted the job for even longer. Good lord, I'm a mess, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I guess 3 years is too short a career for her to leave feeling satisfied.
Did the last student council go through this much trouble to make it a smooth transition for you?
Shizune makes a chagrined face that tells me they weren't very helpful at all.
I guess you're doing all this to set a good example, huh? Then.
That only comes to play if they learn anything from Chi-chan. If they don't, I'll be hyper mad. If they turn out to be the flaky type, I'll definitely be hard on them.
It doesn't sound very threatening when Misha's saying it.
So you've already met them?
Chi-chan, there are no candidates yet.
What? None?
Not even for student council president. That is why I'm trying to drum up interest for the position. What do you think?
She probably holds up a poster that she's been working on herself. It looks very, military. Also, quick sidetrack, it's not serious time yet. We don't have to...
Okay.
Yeah, we can... Yeah, I probably should have...
We can ball out. We can ball out a little bit.
Yeah, for the immediate moment. I'll let you know when it's serious time.
Alright.
I just wasn't sure if you guys were tired or not or something. Just, Alright.
Alright, well... You might be taking this a little too seriously, then.
Shizune frowns and plays with her glasses, offended.
Fuck you, then. Is that weird?
Yeah, bitch!
Yeah, this is probably what they're more used to out of this route.
Yeah.
Anyways, she looks oddly happy that I'm disagreeing with her, and I think that if she weren't genuinely focused on what she was doing, she'd try to argue with me just because it'd be interesting for her.
What's weird about it?
She looks like she'll do that after all, but then Shizune waves her hand dismissively, like she's trying to catch the words in the air and delete them. Instead, she catapults into insulting her future successors.
Well, one thing, you started signing a little differently, so you kind of sound different. It's kind of weird. The second thing is that in my old school, the elections would happen in about 6 months. Since, we're graduating in March, it's pretty weird to think about them so early.
I think you're just stupid. It's a little different around here. Pussy.
Hey, John! I'll be discouraged if we don't have replacements when I have to go, Shizune says. But it isn't like the schools will stop running without a student council. It'll just be harder for them to hand out forms, though. Ha 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 ha!
Okay, so the laugh was my tell that, I made a mistake.
Suffer.
I'm sorry. I'm so demanding. I'm such a prima fucking donna. I'm sorry. But you got me last stream, so call it revenge. Anyways, Shizune isn't laughing, however. Mrs. Joe causes her to flinch as if she were stung. Though Misha didn't mean for it to come out that way, her quip has a callous cruelty to it in the end.
I'm trying to get more people to run, but everyone is so lazy. They think they can just take it easy just because there are no deadlines yet. Slackers. Not taking the early game advantage. Still 6 months away. If they aren't making their move now, they don't deserve a vote.
Do they think it's such an easy job that they can really do everything in the last minute and then just coast into the role? Insulting, really, really. They're gonna be eaten alive once they have to sit at this tiny desk just to see how much work they have to do.
If this were a real election, they would be in deep trouble. I was reading about Japanese campaigning laws the other day. Only the bad ones, for some reason.
For some reason.
For a second, Shizune was talking like her father there, and it was coming out of Mesa's mouth. Fucking creepy.
Okay, well, first off, Shadow Shogun, you can't really make that call. They'll be elected. Second, it's just a school election. Calm your tits. It's not really like you're running for city council or the diet. I don't think Japanese campaigning laws apply here.
Third, although I don't want to say it, is that I'm nervous Shizune is so enthusiastic about this, talking of election of votes. According to her dad, she wasn't even elected herself. Come to think of it, I can't remember Shizune ever saying she was elected either. Then, did she get this position by being recruited into the student council and having it fall apart until she was the only one left? Somehow I'd never considered that. I don't know what to think about that, but it wouldn't surprise me. We're only 3 people strong now. If the circumstances when behind her becoming the student council president were that sad, I wonder if there'll be a vote at all. Interest could just be that low or non-existent, really. Then all her energy would be going towards nothing. I slap an exclamation mark on the end of the poster I'm working on. It's a little plain, so I think adding 1 is okay. Actually, it still might be a little too plain. I make them more twice as large.
I still say you need to slow down. If this stuff isn't going to be relevant for months, maybe you're working a little too hard on it. That's what I think. You're worrying too much.
I don't know how to sign the word relevant. I try and only end up flicking a long line of paper I didn't intend to. There's no way I can fix that. Shit.
Hey Misha, can you do your job?
Shizune giggles silently, clenching her teeth so that no sound actually comes out.
Because there's a lot to worry about.
Like what?
Like, usually the boxes end up looking very pretty, so people take them. Have to plan for that.
We should make them funny looking this time then, so no one will take them. How about that, Chichan?
We can try like penises on them. Or we can put like little pictures of Shizune on each one saying, stealing is wrong.
No, it's not funny. It's not the only problem either. There's voter turnout, of course. And then the worst case scenario would not be having any candidates.
Although it seems she meant it jokingly, from the way she smiles as she signs it, that isn't how it comes out. Even Misha understands that the possibility is very real, and though she tries to salvage the move by punctuating Shizune's statement with a laugh, it doesn't work.
Huh. What is wrong with the with the both of you? There are several things wrong in this room. I was just making a joke. there is actually some interest this year. If there wasn't, would I be doing all this work? I'm not stupid. Bitches, God. When the elections are over, I'll buy everyone dinner. McDonald's. I'm not spending money on any of you. I'm already planning it.
No cap. Even the nudist student council?
No cap. No. They can buy their own Bussin' celebration dinner for real, for real.
2008. 2008.
It will only be for the current. Oh no, sorry. Should I speak in I can has cheeseburgers? Speak then. Is that what you'd rather have? Should I speak in Irma Gerd? In
I give
Irma
up.
Gerd speak?
I give up. Speak however I want. I gotta conserve energy for when I actually have to direct. Just do whatever I will.
It will only be for the current student council. I'll be happy once I'm through having to do these thankless jobs all this time.
A dinner just for Rose? Yay! It's like a little party, Suchan.
Hey, Shizune, sweetie. What you trying?
What the fuck?
Oh fuck. Oh god.
But that
Connor.
looks like my eye.
Oh fuck. Yeah, no, that's canon. That's canon now, I
that's
think.
canon. 100%.
Knowing the devs, I probably would make that canon.
Yeah.
Anyways. Though our cheerfulness is obviously forced, I say nothing. For the rest of the period, which fortunately isn't very long, we work in silence.
Fucked up painting.
It's a beautiful
That I hate.
painting, Miss
It's so fucked up.
That's Rin's. Listen, that's Rin's artwork you see there. That's Rin. Are you gonna insult Rin's artwork?
No.
Yes.
No.
Toma's playing Rin. You're insulting Toma by proxy. Do you want to do that?
No, monkey. I'm sorry.
That's right.
I will swing that monkey.
Anyways, after classes, I found the student council room locked. It's strange because Shizune was so busy earlier that I'd expect her to continue working after school. It'd be what she'd normally do. Maybe she listened to my suggestion and decided to take a break. I'm hoping it's that simple. Feeling a little uneasy, I take a brief stroll around the school. It's only half conscious. I can't remember when I started moving my feet, but I've already covered enough of the campus and I'm starting to feel tired. Not that that means anything now. Just a short stroll around the grounds, and I'm already winded. Pathetic. Before I know it, I'm back in front of the student council office. There's someone else too this time.
Hi, Jack.
Oh shit, it's locked.
It's locked. Oh fuck.
Fucking let me in.
Seeing a can of lemonade in her hand, I reflexively start looking for a vending machine nearby. God damn it, I'm thirsty.
I know that, Hichan. Hichan is somewhere else, I guess.
Fuck. Shit.
Let me in.
Let me in. Let me in.
We aren't stuck together, Hichan.
No! Fuck! No! No!
Misha takes a long drink of her lemonade, eventually just tipping it over and pouring the rest into her mouth. I'm being mocked.
Owned.
Do you want one, Hichan?
Fuck, no. No! I can't take someone else's drink, it's rude. Besides, you're taking the piss out on me, aren't you? I saw you inhale all that! The fuck?
I have another one in my bag. I was prepared. See, I'm just like Hichan.
She's a little too prepared. And, it's good some of that's rubbing off on you anyway. After what, like 2 years?
The way she stares at me as I drink is a little disconcerting, but I'm too grateful to care much about it.
You and Shizune always end up treating me to something. I'm not like poor or anything, what the fuck? It's embarrassing.
Sure, buddy.
Really, Hichan? Haha, you dress like you're poor. Buy me lunch sometime then, okay? Then we'll be even.
Is my dog howl? My dog is just like, shut the fuck up. My dog howled. My dog was like, ugh, shut up. Oh my god, embarrassing. My dog's like, your voice acting sucks. You should feel bad.
By the way, that reminds me, if you hear cat meowing at any points in the stream, that's because I'm alone.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, cats might want attention, so don't mind it.
I'll let them voice. It's Misha just like morphing into a cat like every other word.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you should say that. I was gonna ask you if you wanted something to eat in town.
Yeah, I'm really hungry today, Shizune, thanks.
The fuck?
Yesterday, I was gonna ask her yesterday. Misha cuts me off before I can finish the sentence, and I can't find an opening to correct her as she dashes enthusiastically around me, laughing, her arms flapping excitedly at her sides. I already had my wallet with me, so I start walking towards town with Misha trailing behind me, playing idly with her hands and loudly wondering to herself where we should go eat. At least I think so. She could be asking me.
So, do you have anywhere specific you want to go?
I want to go to the tea house. They have a really big parfait there.
You know, I saw you eat a parfait there last time. It was huge. It's really big.
No. This one is really, really big. It's also really expensive.
Bitch, I know I said I wasn't poor. What the fuck? Really, really expensive?
Yeah, all of your life savings.
Jeez. Well, you and Shizune paid for my food a bunch of times, so I guess it's okay.
Shichan, I don't think I ever did that. Are you sure it wasn't Shichan?
Are you really just gonna argue against the free meal? Don't worry about it.
I'm kind of stupid.
We go to the Shanghai and are seated by a waitress who is surprisingly not Yuko. Misha's very eager to eat that parfait because she shouts her order as soon as she walks to the door. When it arrives, I can see that it's both very big and very expensive looking. Surprised there aren't gold flakes on that thing.
Aren't you gonna order anything, Hichan? If you're hungry, we can share.
No, I'm good. I just don't like parfaits, and there's way too much money.
You can pick it out, pussy.
No, you can't just pick out pralines. Don't be silly.
Yet if I could,
Stupid
Misha's mashing her food together to the point where it's no longer possible. It also looks kind of gross. I wonder if that many flavors can even blend together well. Can you really taste anything in that goop? She's acting like it's delicious anyways.
Parfaits are the best. I have sensitive teeth though, so ice cream's a no-no. Cake is too soft though, so if there's too much icing, I get bored. Parfait is interesting. How many cafes have parfaits here? I think 10. I tried them all. I like this one the best. It even has a little flair. Look at that.
You sound like some sort of dessert expert.
Not just dessert. I want to eat all kinds of delicious things. Someday, I'll have enough money to buy 2-kilogram Matsusaka beefsteak.
Damn, what the hell? It's like over 100,000 yen. I mean, I guess this is kind of decadent food. It's kind of your hobby then, huh?
A hobby isn't something that should take months to learn about from someone. I've been very rude in retrospect. Also, that's one pricey hobby.
I guess so. Decadent?
Yeah. Do you not know what that means? Are you dumb?
Maybe.
Misha giggles, raising her hand to her face. It looks like some ice cream accidentally got on her nose. She doesn't notice it. I can't stop noticing it. I wish she'd wipe it off. I'm about to tell her about it, but she suddenly says...
I don't know what that means.
Oh. Well, I guess it's like a really bad word anyway. It has implications. Epicurean is better. It means someone who enjoys eating nice food. That's the adjective, though. So epicure is the word for it.
That sounds stupid.
That sounds
You're
like...
stupid.
No, I'm not.
Was the glasses emoji tone of voice intentional or not?
Yeah.
Hey, John. You're stupid. And too wordy.
No, you're stupid.
No,
and not wordy enough.
Haha. I think that stupidity is what she liked about you.
What? Is that I'm on a spectrum? Or is it because I'm wordy?
Christ.
I need
Damn.
to buy some thesaurus bin.
Oh, you good?
No, I was gonna say, here's your autism spectrum joke pass, by the way.
No, not like that, John.
I had to sort of order some coffee after all, but it takes a while to get the waitress to notice, and I think actually getting my coffee will take about as long. The tea shop's filling up. No surprise, as we've already been here for almost an hour when she was chipping at that dessert. I ordered my coffee to go, but Misha orders one as well, so it seems that we're gonna be here longer than I thought.
I really wish it was easy. It's hard to talk to her lately, or really at all.
Shichon's been busy because of the elections.
Oh, I meant because I have to sign at her.
Oh.
But I know we can't have fun all the time. It's just there's a lot I want to say to her, I think. I'll screw it up when the time comes, though. And I don't even have the time now, because of the elections. They're not even for a while, though.
Shichon, do you think that Shichon is avoiding you?
Misha sounds angry. That's to be expected, but I don't feel that way at all.
No?
Is that so?
The dreamy way in which she says it makes me think that Misha's disappointed with my answer. In that case, it could be how she feels. I'm uneasy asking such a question, but I trust Misha would answer it honestly. Otherwise, I wouldn't even dream of it.
Do you?
No, of course not, Shichon. But it's frustrating sometimes. Shichon has so much energy and is always trying to make people feel as excited about things as she is. But it's like Shichon doesn't know how to handle things when everyone gets really hyped up. Or I think she wants to make sure nothing goes wrong. When I want to help out, Shichon always pushes me away. It's frustrating. Ha! I'm just overthinking it probably. I'm so dumb, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Misha... Misha takes a big gulp from her cup of coffee, then flips me off.
Ow! Fuck! I thought it would have cooled down by now.
God, you're so stupid. Oh my god, has it really been that long?
That's what she said.
Yeah, she did. High five.
Yeah!
I checked my watch. It hasn't been very long at all, but looking outside, the sun's already starting to set.
Not really, huh? It got dark out pretty quickly today, though. So I could understand why you might think that.
I have no internal clock. That's why.
At my words, Misha looks outside and yawns almost immediately. She looks sleepy. That's funny because...
Are you sleeping? You're like wide awake like 2 seconds ago.
I feel tired when it gets dark. Duh, Hichan, circadian rhythm and all that, God.
What are you, a stupid fucking bird?
Are you British? Why do you talk like that?
I pick up my own coffee and have a sip. It's never hot at all, but delicious. I down it as quickly as possible because now I want to get back to my dorm as well. Misha tries to emulate me, but it's still too hot for her. While I wait for her to finish, I start to wonder what she meant back then about Shizune liking something about me. Suddenly, I'm very curious, but dragging that back up now feels like an unnecessary accent. I try to wait for the option again, but I'm interrupted by Misha slamming her empty cardboard cup down on the table with a loud pop. Cardboard cup.
Cardboard cup.
I did not know that was a thing. Interesting.
Is that a thing?
I feel like that shouldn't be a thing.
No, I think okay. I think they're like, it's like a Starbucks cup. I think that's what they're trying to insinuate. Like it's like a paper cup.
It's a Japanese tea house, though.
Yeah, I don't know why they have a cardboard cup. Is that like a thing in Japanese tea houses? They have
I mean, again,
cardboard cups.
then I get on another route. In another route, they say they sell French vanilla tea, so maybe this place is just weird.
It's just like, I'm imagining it like, you know how in Game of Thrones they had that controversy because someone left a Starbucks cup on like...
I never watched that show.
Yeah, well,
I don't watch anti-dragon propaganda, thank you very much.
Yeah, I've never watched a single episode of Game of Thrones, but I do remember that people were freaking out because somebody left like a coffee cup on like a bench, and it was like you could see it in the shot and stuff. And so I imagine it's like that, where we just have like a Starbucks coffee thing in a place where they shouldn't be.
Sure. Anyways.
Done!
She lets out a short laugh, seeming very pleased with herself, kind of like a toddler. I wonder if she had that drill-shaped haircut when she was little too, or what's something more like her current look? It'd make more sense.
I guess we should head back then. I can't see the waitress. Try not to fall asleep while I pay for the sundae, okay?
He just panned back, just knocked over.
Not
dead.
Actually, Hichan, it's not a Sunday, it's a parfait. Actually.
Well, you have shit on your nose.
Come on.
Scene ends. Scene ends.
Yeah, I was about to
Shit on
say.
it.
That's perfect because I actually need to call a very brief intermission. So
Oh yeah.
we'll
No
let
problem.
we'll let our wonderful viewers stew on that joke for a moment, and
Just
yep,
enjoy it.
yep, we'll be back in a
Yeah,
moment.
bask
Just
in it.
very briefly, like 30 seconds or so, unless the other two need to be away for longer, but we'll see. Anyways,
Okay.
we'll be right back.
Not-
Alright, we're back. Pardon the hold up.
Ooh.
Idle business called, pretty loudly. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyways, in class the next afternoon, I'm 2 problems into a math logic worksheet when a folded piece of paper hits me in the head. I'm sure I know who it's from, but I quickly look around the classroom anyway, just in case. No one in this classroom is good at acting casual. I can tell that everyone saw who threw it at me, but looking at the culprit herself, it was obviously Shizune. She isn't even trying to be coy about it. Conversation is so different. At my old school, I'd have no idea who it was right now. Opening up the note, it says...
Misha's absent.
Oh, who's reading it?
Shizune wrote the note. Shizune wrote the note. Shizune reads it.
Okay.
Sure.
Misha's absent. Help me out today after school.
I can't read. Why can't you just use sign language?
A large part of how I learned sign language was by copying Misha's style of signing her words as she speaks, so I end up blurting the sentence out loud as I said it to Shizune. A slight laugh goes around the room. How awkward.
I'll help if I don't have to do a lot.
That's silly. Obviously, if Misha is absent, you have to help me as much as 2 people.
I don't know if that really means anything. After all, Misha was complaining yesterday mostly about how Shizune wouldn't let her help her. I don't do much as is either. After pretending to think it over for a minute, I write her a note back telling her I will. I actually have that she asked me because I may need to talk to her for a while. It's a good opportunity, but I feel I should at least make it look like I'm putting up some resistance to the idea. I go back to my worksheet and immediately get stuck on the 3rd problem. After trying to work around it, I casually toss my own note over to Misha. It says...
Why is Misha absent? And that's the question.
No.
What's the answer to question 3?
That was Hisao's note.
Oh, that was no. I saw the blue text and I was like, bruh. Real.
No.
I'm sorry.
The notes are all in the same font.
Why is Misha absent? And then
Why
what's the
do
answer
you?
to question 3?
Try to drink some water. She told me that she was sick and her stomach hurt. Misha gets stomach aches a lot. But I wish she'd pick a better time for it this week. Use sign language.
No.
I think she has a stomach. I think she has a stomach ache because of the way she sucked on a parfait larger than her head the other day.
I mean, you know.
If she
Nice.
gets them quite often, though, it's either a coincidence or she has a habit of eating things that can put her in debilitating pain. That's not a train of thought I want to go down. I noticed the teacher staring at us disapprovingly. I don't blame him. We're talking in class in the sign language in quite a visible and distracting way. I try to clear my throat to back out of our conversation, but Shizune doesn't get the hint. Well, obviously. Before I try to get the message across with again with my hands over, I can see Shizune notices what's up and just doesn't give a shit.
Do you still want to know the answer to question 3? I'll tell you, but you have to give me the answer for question 25.
Hey, I was just thinking about how a teacher who didn't know sign language could think we were abusing it and using it to cheat. If he were to assume the worst. I can't believe you're actually doing this. And what the hell? Why would I ask you for 3 why would you ask me for 3 or 25 when I'm only at 3?
You're stupid. You
Yeah? And?
You wanted to know what the answer to 3 was. You asked first, hypocrite.
Well, you're the student council president. You can't cheat.
I don't have time for this shit, and I think I'm trying to teach us patience to the breaking point. I'd like to continue taking pot shots at her while working on the math problems in front of me, but it'd require at least 2 extra hands. Shizune is a bit more creative and gets around this limitation by using long, semi-broken strings of simpler words. I take a couple of mental notes in between being dizzy by a couple of particularly long equations. Right before the bell rings, she caps her pen and triumphantly slams on her desk with an ear-popping crack that makes the whole room jump. Quickly forgotten because everyone would rather go to lunch than question its origin. After a couple of brief stretches, she gets up and hovers around my left shoulder.
Are you still not done? I was going to ask if you wanted me to hand in yours too while I was up.
Well, some dumb bitch was distracting me. I had to beg the teacher to give me 9 minutes between now and the end of passing to finish it. It's not easy to solve this one-handed while having a conversation, by the way.
He wasn't happy with the request, wanted to get out of here as much as I do. Since I'm only one problem away from finishing, it looks like Shizune doesn't really believe me. The second that I'm done handing it in, I find myself being dragged to the student council room. It's eerily and annoyingly clean. I can't find what I was working on yesterday.
Did we get robbed?
We was robbed. I did some cleaning.
That doesn't tell me anything. See, it's like you forgot where you even put the stuff you put away. Oh well, hey, if I can't find it, guess I'll just go home.
It's in the drawer right there.
Shizune sulks as I pull out the posters I was working on and then shuffle them around a little, since she stacked them by color. It's not that I'm taunting her, I just have my own system, although I doubt she'd believe me if I were to tell her.
I like it when things are a little messy. It's more natural, and a time saver. It's all right where I left it, and I don't have to go looking through shelves just to find what I was working on yesterday.
Paste. Lazy.
Look, fuck you. I'm not lazy, and you're crazy and going way too far.
I quickly glance at her desk, a memo pad neatly placed at one corner, behind it a small desk calendar with each box filled with notes and a neat but microscopic handwriting. On the right, 3 boxes of pens in blue, black, and red.
Look, you even put the pens back in their original box at the end of each day, all color-coded and everything. I don't even think that could be called being a neat freak.
What do you do with them? Throw them in a mug on your desk?
Yeah, I think that's being organized enough.
You are so disorganized, you can't even comb your hair down properly.
What the fuck?
Boom. Vine boom sound effect.
Oh, you didn't bring it this time.
Wait, I can. If it works. Hold on.
It's not like I don't try, it just won't stay flat. Hasn't this bitch ever heard of a cowlick? I pick up a box of pens and quickly pop it open to see if she also puts them in so that they're all facing the same direction. She understands what I'm thinking and doesn't look very amused. It turns out that the box wasn't closed properly on the bottom, and as soon as I pick it up, they immediately pour out of it like a waterfall.
My fault. I'll get him. Don't worry.
There it is. There it is. I bend down to pick up the pens, forgetting that with her attention focused on them, she couldn't have possibly seen me signing to her. Shizune's head bumps into my chest. Not very hard, but it imbalances me enough to make me fall over. So that was actually a perfectly timed boom. I laugh it off and expect her to do the same, when she stiffens and backs away from me instead. A feeling of dread begins to creep over me. That's a weird reaction. I start to think about why she would have such a strange reaction. It's pretty obvious. She just bumped head first into someone with a fucking heart condition. She said I would know I have one, having seen the rows and rows of pills lying on the edge of my dresser, or at the very least, she would know I have something severe enough to require that much medication, but not visible at a glance. So she's treating me like I'm made of glass. For her, it's the natural way to react. I haven't forgotten how she freaked out back when Emmy knocked into me. Why would it be any different from her? I'm sure she's remembering that right now. I can see it in her face. She looks angry at herself. It'd be a good opportunity to bring up that time, even though I don't want to drag that back up. It'd be a good idea to. It'd clear the air. Still, I'm afraid I'd end up saying nothing. Partly because I imagine having to draw her attention from the floor and then having to sign what kind of a cripple I am to her one gesture at a time. The idea begins to seem more and more depressing. Taking a seat, I decided to just try and finish up these posters to get my mind off it. There's some that I don't remember making, from the wall-to-wall text and ultra-neat handwriting. I can tell Shizune must have done these. That means that the remainder must have been done by Misha. They're a lot more visual with cute little stylized pictures of us on them. I don't know how I feel about being used as a mascot character, but I'm not really thrilled by it. Some time passes, long enough for the sun to start setting. I hear Shizune putting down her pen and cracking her knuckles methodically, one at a time. It's so loud in the sounds of the room that I look up, wondering if she's trying to get my attention. Although it wasn't what she intended, when she notices me looking at her, Shizune begins to sign again without skipping a beat.
Let's take a break.
I'm surprised you'd say that.
It's okay. I'm almost done anyway, and I'm hungry, aren't you?
A little.
I'm really hungry.
We could order something.
I was thinking of you. I already have something to eat.
Where?
In my ass!
Hey!
Hey!
She produces a cinnamon bun from under her desk. Under her skirt,
that out.
raising it to head level slowly, like a magician levitating a rock.
But, Ash, there's only one. Not enough for both of us.
How dramatic. I can tell what this means. Feeling of deja vu briefly washes over me.
Here's what we do. I have 2 guns. There's only 2 bullets. I'll put 2 bullets in my gun and shoot you for it.
Really?
Or we could just split it.
That's no fun. I like the gun idea better. So boring. Let's shoot each other for it. Let's play shoot for it.
She already has the guns out. That just must have fucking everything in it. Surprised the cops haven't, rifled through it.
Right, so we're not playing chess.
Chess is for pussies. This is better.
Well, I don't know about that, yo weeb. I only enjoy good Western games, like chess. But I guess since I'm actually pretty decent at shogi, I guess this is okay.
He sounds like a weeb. He's actually Japanese.
Yeah, but you're actually Japanese, Hisao, but alright. I think you're a Westaboo. Is that so? Okay. We can make it a little more interesting then. Each move has to be completed in 30 seconds. You can add a rule too.
How about my rule is fuck your rule? No thanks. Anything I could add would only hurt me, and that would more than it would help. A 30-second time limit is already too tight for me. You make me regret thinking it was all right to brag a little.
Owned.
After Shizune wins the right to go first in a quick coin toss, she immediately starts playing with the aim of promoting all of her pieces as soon as possible. It seems like a very basic playstyle, and I can't help thinking it might be a trap of some sort. It isn't, though. The draw of this game to Shizune appears to be the fact that she can upgrade her pieces and steal mine. She's very good at it, but it makes her predictable, and doing a little better than I expected to. The 30-second time limit is pretty painful, though. The game ends in a draw. At this point, I think you're supposed to either go for a rematch or tally the pieces for points. Shizune doesn't want to go again in the interest of time, but winning on points clearly doesn't satisfy her. She sits there, shifting a silver dinner roll from one edge to the other as she contemplates which of those 2 options she'll go for. It takes a long time. I think she's forgotten about the bat. Eventually, she stops fiddling with the shogi piece and puts it down.
Is Misha angry at me?
That came out of nowhere. She's in a freak this is disorienting because with her, any kind of candor is out of total seriousness. There's no playful smile on her face, instead it's her usual stoic mask of concentration, ready to try and see if I'm about to tell her the truth. I'm upset that she thinks I'd tell her anything else, but I also know now that they've probably fought recently out of my sight, and it makes me feel warm to know that they both care about each other so much.
No, I strongly doubt it. Did you know that she thinks you're angry at her?
Shizune nods, slowly and uncomfortably.
Yes.
She was more roundabout with the question than you. Kind of surprising, because I thought that you were the one who liked playing games.
Not all the time.
Are you two having some kind of fight?
No.
She's very quick to deny it and not happy with the thought. I feel like I've stepped on a landmine.
Sorry. Actually, yes, just a tiny one. I know that she has no interest in the student council. She only joined because of me. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy she's my friend. But I don't understand what she's upset about this time.
So why don't you ask her?
She won't tell me. I'll figure it out by myself instead. I was sure that I was very perceptive even if I can't hear. That was dumb. I know better now. It was probably something that's my fault.
Shizune doesn't elaborate further on what it could have been. I'm sure that's because she doesn't fully understand the situation herself. It's odd to think that Shizune, usually so sure of everything, could be scared by a little argument with a friend. But the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. They're a lot closer to each other than normal friends, and Shizune's pretty isolated from other people in a way. The fact that she's deaf is no small part of it. But I get the feeling she uses Misha as a buffer between other people of her own will, not just because she's been forced to. She can communicate well enough with a little pad, she just hates it. After such a long time of talking through another person, I guess you start to lose touch. It seems unavoidable. It isn't such a far idea to think that she isn't that great with people. I returned to working, kind of wanting to eat that cinnamon bun more as time drags on, but when I count the shogi pieces still out on Shizune's table, I can tell at a glance she would win. I'm also too hungry to concentrate if we were to have a rematch. Motivated by my desire to wrap up and eat something, I put the finishing touches on the last of the posters.
Done. I think this many's enough. Too many can be a bad thing.
Okay.
That's it? Just okay?
I'll probably do some myself after I'm done picking what voting format to go with.
Too many posters is bad too. Haven't you ever heard of oversaturation?
Arg. Pirate.
Arg! XD! Oh my fucking god! Jesus fucking Christ! You think too many posters is too bad? You ever heard about oversaturation? I really think you're training too hard.
Tenting her fingers, doesn't it look like she can almost admit it?
Ooh, I'm just a little student council president. Ooh.
Just maybe a little bit, just too much.
Ooh, maybe. Ooh.
My Discord kidding, it's what Misha thinks
Oh
too.
god, I'm killing you. Oh god.
I watch as her fingers continue uneasily twining around. I can read. I watch as her fingers continue uneasily twining around and pulling at each other in a miniature tug of war.
Sorry, I don't mind. But I asked around in a couple classes today, and interest is low. It's like you said, so...
Does that make it wrong?
No, but it does make it kind of pointless.
It's not.
Yeah, but to who? I don't even Shizune truly believes that.
I'm not doing all of this work just for my own ego.
That isn't what I mean.
The first chance to be alone with her in days and I already have really cocked it up. Still, she doesn't actually look angry. It's more like she's frustrated that she can't express herself clearly enough. Since she's an expert in sign language, I wouldn't think that would be the case. I wonder what advantage being able to speak would offer her and if she's ever thought about it.
It's another project of mine, just like the festivals. I'm going to do it because it's my job. It's just that a student council election isn't as fun as a festival, so no one cares.
She briefly touches her fingertips together as if to say, but maybe. There's some truth to it, but Shizune doesn't want to say anything that could be boiled down to something so glib.
But I don't care. I want to get people riled up, but it isn't about me. I don't want to be involved at all.
What do you mean? You go to like every single festival.
Shizune waves her hand in mock indignation.
Well, I have to have fun too, but you know it's not the same thing.
Her spirits seem to have improved if she can manage to crack a joke.
I don't want anyone to make a point of me being involved. It's a hassle. I don't want that responsibility. Things are becoming too complicated now as is. The more I try to hype up the elections, the more involved I have to be. No one wants to play their hand yet. It doesn't feel like my time is over, even though it should.
Crossing her arms and leaning back, she grinds her teeth together in frustration.
They're all so lazy. It's impossible to get them to do anything. Anywhere else, the elections would be an exciting event. It's illogical. Why does everyone have to be so different? If only there was some way to punish them. Like chaining the school to their desk. Voting is mandatory. If you don't vote, you get whipped.
Jesus Christ, Shizune.
She's real, though. That's very real of her.
This explains a lot about something that happened last time. That's fucking terrifying. I wonder how hypocritical it would be if I were to stay in bed on election day. With the flu, and the cold, and strep throat, and a sprained ankle, and a sprained penis.
And a serious venereal disease.
You know, I haven't been the same since the last time, but you should put one of these. You should put yourself on one of these. You know, not as a punishment, but don't misunderstand. You know, like the whole chains and whips thing.
I'm into that or anything. I mean.
No, not at all. Well, I don't know what you're talking about.
Sticks and stones may break my bones. I hold up one of Visa's posters.
Like this. It's kind of a neat idea. Misha was onto something. It's a lot cuter than just text. I think you'd like it. Having cute mascots would drum up some excitement.
I'm not
You are
gonna-
in Japan. Like, maybe if it's just Misha.
Why not me? Someone told me that the school has slightly more girls than boys. You have to cater to that demographic too.
Shizune giggles audibly this time. I'm surprised, and when she sees my face, so is she. Her face flushes pink, embarrassed to have let out a sound, which is confusing to say the least.
Why don't you put yourself on it?
She just waves my question away.
It's troublesome.
What do you mean troublesome? Everyone knows that you're in the student council.
My stomach growls, making me realize that I'm hungrier than I thought. Shizune uses the moment to deflect my question by changing the subject.
Is something wrong?
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
I see. You're hungry.
She looks at the forgotten pastry on her desk, then frowns, finding it inadequate for 2 people.
Let's go to Shanghai. If you are that hungry. It might be a little busy this late, but Yuko's working there today. We'll definitely get a table.
There's something worryingly underhanded in that smile.
I'll pass. I've already been there twice this week, like back to back.
Shizune pouts, leaning back against her desk and scrunching up her posture in protest.
What?
I'm disappointed you said no.
Well, I mean, I can't agree with you on everything.
You don't give your opinion often enough anyway. It would be easiest for me if it was like that, but not very interesting, right? There's some decisions you should disagree with me on then. You have a duty to.
Damn, bitch, how am I supposed to know which one's which?
Skill issue.
No, it's not. Sometimes it's hard for me to tell whenever you're joking or you're serious.
Although, since she communicates entirely in sign language, that seemed pretty obvious. I wouldn't say that's all there is to it, though. I remember when I had my heart attack, Yamanaka wouldn't stop talking at first. Eventually, I wish she would just shut the fuck up. Or I would have if I hadn't been happy to have any kind of company at all. Gradually, the monkey's paw curled and I stopped being so grateful. When we talked, I felt like it was nothing more than ritualized exchanges of politeness. Yamanaka tried extremely hard to obfuscate how she felt, that was hopeless. In the end, her outer behavior matched her inner feelings. For that reason, I was able to accept it when one day she stopped showing up. I was no longer surprised by the time it happened. Even though she considered herself a master at hiding her feelings, I was not surprised. I've heard that games like shogi and chess can tell you a lot about a person. I wish I knew what Shizune thought they said about me. It could be done a little more like Yamanaka than I'd like to think. I can only tie with Shizune about retreating. I suggest that we should roll her out. Alright, so, if I'm reading the transcript correctly, yes I am. So, here it is, your last opportunity to be all silly and goofy and wacky. After
Okay,
this
we gotta
scene.
go hard. We gotta go hard,
Yep.
bro.
Laugh, joke, be as
Beep,
merry as you
beep,
want.
boop,
What the
Boom.
fuck is that painting? What?
Holy
never-
fucking shit.
I've never seen that painting before.
This
Where
one's
the hell?
different.
Okay, that one
Why
I
the
can agree
fuck
with.
you look like that?
That one I can agree with you with. That one I'm not digging so much. Anyways, the next day I walk up to my usual vending machine at lunch only to find out it's out of my favorite drink. Motherfuckers, keep these things stocked.
Damn.
Secreted so far away from most of the classrooms between a storm and the library, it's like no one knew about it. I'd expect a vending machine so close to the library to be booming with customers, but then again the library is empty most of the time, and anyone who goes there is only doing it to look for stuff to pad up paper with. No one stays there longer than they absolutely have to. For the past month it's been working out in my favor, but the trade-off with the vending machine no one knows about is that it's never fucking restocked, bastards. Settling for a can of orange soda, I decided on drinking it here instead of waiting until I get to the cafeteria, when the library opens next to me. One moment, please. Fuck, wrong folder. Shit, this is... Sorry, one moment. God almighty. Sorry, director's an idiot, forgot to put the right folder up. Okay. Actually, since there's a delay anyways, let me, shout out the woman playing, I forgot to do this last time this lady came up. This is the voice of Freya Sesteline, who also had an event yesterday. Crazy fucking night. Anyways,
Oh, I've been looking for you.
Yuko seems to be acting a lot more assertive than usual today, although it isn't enough to keep her from going back to mumbling immediately afterwards.
Return your books, please. I mean the library's books. The books you checked out are really overdue. Some of them are on waiting lists.
Oops. I forgot. I keep checking out the new ones, and then forget to return the old ones.
That happens to me all the time at the university library. It's so embarrassing.
Do they send someone to try to get back? Do they send someone to try and get you to bring them back?
No, the university library is bigger. They don't notice if I happen to borrow something longer than normal. It's convenient because their policy on keeping the books too long is really strict. Stricter than here.
I like how, despite what she said, Yuko has no problem with borrowing books for longer than she's supposed to anyway. It makes her being so on top of my own lateness a little hypocritical. Takes a thief, I guess. Catching on to the meaning of her words around the same time I do, Yuko climbs up and starts backpedaling furiously.
That's different from this situation. It's totally different.
Yuko stares at her nails for a second as if she really wants to bite them, but is too self-conscious to do so.
For instance, how long it's been. You checked out some of these books months ago, Hisao. Sorry, it's just that other people want to read them too. If you're a slow reader, that's okay, though.
No, it's a total screw-up on my part. To be honest, I haven't even read some of them. I shouldn't keep taking out books when I have a backlog.
That's not good.
Yeah, it really isn't.
Now I'm starting to copy her habit of trailing off quietly. Her awkwardness is very contagious for some reason. That said, I'm surprised. Yuko seems almost normal today, although every now and then her waitressing nervousness keeps popping back up. Come to think of it, she didn't act this way when I first met her. She was a little clumsy and neurotic, but it wasn't anywhere near this severe until Shizune, Misa, and I ran into her at the Shanghai. It could be that Yuko has a complex about having kids from the school seeing her waitressing. I guess it was a little odd for her to pick the closest cafe to the school to work in then. In that case, maybe the place having so few customers could be considered a lucky break.
Well, I get it. I'll return them right after school.
As soon as possible, please. Wait. Can I ask you for one more thing?
Sure. What is it?
I have to go for a while, but I can't just leave the library empty. Sorry, but can I ask you to watch it while I'm gone? Just for a little bit. I'll be right back as soon as possible. You're in the student council, so I'm sure if you did it, it would be okay.
Alright, I'll do it. Don't worry about...
Thank you!
Yuko quickly slides forward as if she's so grateful she's about to give me a hug, but she stops 2 centimeters into it, which ultimately just makes the gesture look extremely confusing. I'm all surprised that she can control her momentum so well, since she seems kind of clumsy. Before I can say so much as, please continue the hug, you look cute, she's already dashing off with the urgency of someone late to an appointment. That could be the case, but I wouldn't feel safe assuming so. It's Yuko, and she seems like the kind of person to treat everything that way. Now that I'm in the library, I feel a bit silly. I don't really know what I'm supposed to do. Should I sit down like I normally would and read? It'd probably do, but it wouldn't meet Yuko's high standards. Maybe I should sit at the librarian's desk and give everyone who comes in a stern and analytical glare. I use Shizune as a starting point and practice it a couple of times on the mirrored surface of a pen. I think it looks pretty good. Frustratingly, no one comes in, so I give up on the idea quickly and decide to just go look for Hanako instead. It's distorted. I think I see someone, but the second I blink, whoever it is gone. As soon as I return to Yuko's desk and crack open an interesting looking book, a familiar person swings in front of me like a falling fucking pendulum.
Yo, librarian, I've been looking for you for like 10 minutes. What? It's you? Man, you must really get around, or the student council makes you get around. Those bitches. How could they? Slave drivers.
You must be exaggerating because it took me 30 seconds to just do a slow walk around the whole place. The thought is overridden by my surprise to see him.
Where'd you come from? What the hell? What are you doing here?
What? Can a guy go to the library now? I can't even go to the library without some young buck like you giving me a 3rd degree over it? I see some girl coming in here all the time, but no one ever asks her what she's doing in here. Is it because she reads and I don't?
He must be talking about Hanako, although I suppose they both avoid people. I want to tell him that reading is what you usually do in a library, so if he's not reading, he should get the fuck out of here. In the end, though, I'm too surprised by him practically appearing out of thin air.
That doesn't tell me what you're doing here.
I'm here because of you.
Jesus Christ, this response makes me feel disgusted. Maybe I fell asleep and this is all just some sort of weird-ass dream and this Kenji isn't real, but really my subconscious. I don't like where this dream is going. Wake me up, please.
Because of you, I got chased out of my dorm by feminists. Now I wander this library, like a soldier without a country. Or a ghost. I should haunt you for ruining things for me.
It's a shame. No, what the fuck am I talking about? That would have been a horrifying dream, but for better or worse, it seems like this is the real deal.
Yeah, you had to start working with women, and then you brought them to my door. You remember that? You should, since you were there. After that day, I knew they were onto me. I should have trusted my instincts, but I was young and stupid.
That wasn't even a week ago.
Whoops.
Then my dad called and said one of my letters hadn't been delivered. The post office couldn't have lost it, so it must have been intercepted. Information warfare. That's when I knew my secret hideout was compromised. Now I'm on the run, like a fugitive. It's code red.
Dude, dorm rooms aren't secret. They put your name and number on a board right in the doorway.
I know, I saw that. They're diabolical. Why not just put up a big Wild West wanted poster if they're going to be like that? Wanted. Dead or alive. Probably alive so they can clone me or turn me into a grasshopper.
You ain't a cowboy. Jumping without warning into the empty chair opposite me, Kenji takes out a cigarette and starts spinning it in between his fingers. I've never seen him smoking before, so it must be for effect.
I can't even live where I want to anymore. This is where it all begins. The tactical brilliance. I mean, once you're in your home, it's over. Like termites. If the feminist plane for an omelet starts there, where the fuck can we go? The only question is how they would take a page out of the termite playbook, when women are naturally repelled by wood.
You can never go home again. Is that how the saying goes?
Man, I don't know about never. I was just there. I don't know anywhere else I could shower and get new clothes and eat and use the bathroom and watch TV. I have to keep watching the news to keep informed.
For someone ousted from a storeroom and living on the run, he sure has no qualms about going back there several times a day for long periods of time. But by now, he's slowly turned away from me, this talking to a revolving display of murder mysteries. There's no fucking point in interrupting him, I guess. I guess I'll just tune him out. I finish off my soda and throw it into the can and the basket near the door. It's the rim, but goes in anyway. I suddenly pump my fist. Kobe. Kenya quickly gets up and starts heading toward the door. I wasn't really paying attention. I hope I didn't fist bump at an inappropriate moment. Not that he'd see.
Where are you going?
You kept sucking down that juice.
So? It wasn't even juice, it was soda. And it's gone now, and what do you mean, sucking it down? I had like 2 sips.
Also, it's really delicious. Stop judging me.
Yeah, right? You had like 50 million sips.
No shot, bro. It's not even possible.
Maybe for you, I go beyond the impossible all the time. Okay, whatever. Now I'm thirsty too. I'm gonna get my own juice. I'll be right back.
Come on, you're not Kamina either. He does come almost right back, so quickly that I suspect he knows about my secret vending machine.
I got you one, too. Hope you like grape juice. We're even for the pizza now.
Fuck. Thanks.
I wanted to tell him that I lent him nearly 10 times the cost of this fucking can of grape juice, but that might be seem petty. Unopposed, Genji sits down and starts furiously drinking juice like a man with a vendetta against grapes.
You know, it's a lucky break for me that I managed to run to you here, man. I kinda need you to do me a favor.
Although it's cynical, I wonder if him getting me juice was so he could ask me for this favor. If so, it's fucking incredibly transparent and poorly timed. I know Kenji would think about something so deeply, though. Just asking for things straight out is more his style.
need you to recommend me some books.
I thought you didn't know how to read.
How did you know?
You told me. You said you think people discriminate against you because you don't know how to read.
Well, they do. And I do read. I read audiobooks because that's the way of the future. I have to read a book a month for literary studies, though. And I found out the school doesn't really accept classes such as advanced cryptography. If I don't read a bunch of books, they're going to fail me. I can't fail literary studies. That would make me illiterate. That would mean my mom was right. My mom can't be right. I just have to study literacy as much as possible.
What about doing some extra credit?
No thanks. It's bad enough I have to carry around these stupid things now.
He picks up a dictionary, flips through it, and places it on the murder mystery rack behind him.
I can't believe this is actually the medium that our ancestors used to look at porn.
I spent my drink all over the fucking book I'm still holding, damaging it beyond any hope of repair. Fuck my life. I quickly check the back and see its suggested retail price is 7,900 yen. I'm gonna have a fucking heart attack.
Wow, destroyed. Shouldn't have done that, though. They take vandalism super seriously here. You're gonna get caned.
He chortles amused before taking an extremely long, loud sip of his can of juice.
It's not vandalism. I didn't do it on purpose. You made me do it with your words. What do you mean canned? I don't want to be canned.
Caned. Caned, that means hits with a cane. Corporal punishment.
Right.
That was
I'm
apparently...
not gonna get hit by a stick unless you're Shizune or something. I mean, what?
Yeah, I guess corporal punishment was still a thing in 2008 Japan.
Wait, chill out. I didn't mean to actually cane you. It's just they make you pay for it and really, really yell at you. It's like they're gonna bite my ass off. Still, not that big a deal.
I don't care if it's figurative. I just don't want to get caned, or get my ass bitten off, or any kind of punishment involving my ass. You fucking idiot, dumbass, stupid ass, dumb shit. What am I gonna do? I'm like the only person in here. That she knows of, anyway. I can't even throw the book into the trash. It'll be found, and then she'll know, and then she'll beat my ass.
Damn, dude, stop being so weird.
That was a perfectly timed line.
How's it weird to not want to be beaten in the ass and hit in the ass and get my ass eaten?
Man, stop flipping out, man.
He says this despite the fact that I sounded strangely calm at the time. I guess I was better at hiding my emotions than I thought.
I'm not flipping out. I'm just trying to find a way to save money in my ass.
So cheap.
I'm about to fucking beat the hell out of him when I hear him says, "Wah-ha-ha-ha," coming up the hallway. I've heard that Kenji hears it too and uses the opportunity to quickly vanish behind the auto session. Like the world's worst fucking ninja.
Real.
Hi, Hee-chan.
No shit, it's you.
Misha shouts exuberantly, dragging an embarrassed Yuko behind her.
Hee-chan, were you talking to yourself?
On one hand, saying yes can make me look kind of crazy. On the other hand, if I blow Kenji's cover, he might go off and make me look crazy by association.
Yes.
Ha 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 ha! That's okay, don't be embarrassed, Hee-chan. I do it too sometimes when I'm alone. La la la!
Oh god, no, now she thinks we're the same. Fuck.
Nothing happened while I was gone?
Absolutely, positively nothing. I didn't do shit, and my ass is covered.
It smells like grapes.
It's this grape-scented body axe that I'm wearing.
Oh god.
I lie brazenly and obviously. From her reaction, I'm going to assume that she knows I'm bullshitting, or thinks I have an abysmal sense for colognes. I really hope it's the latter. Since the can of grape juice I drank from is still right there, that's likely to be the former. Fortunately, she doesn't ask any follow-up questions.
So, what are y'all doing together?
We had lunch together. Strictly business, of course, a business lunch.
I know business lunches.
Sure you do.
I try to picture Misha in a suit, having a business lunch with anyone. Somehow I just can't see it. She's,
So...
You go ahead.
What? So like, what kind of business scissoring motion with hands?
You don't know?
Ha 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 ha! It's nothing really. It's normal for one part of student council to not know what the other's doing.
Hey, don't nothing something like that. It's alright when two girls hang out. Gals being pals is alright. We're all good with that. It's not normal, in fact. It's not bad. We're only like 3 people. You know?
Yuko laughs nervously. She must be scared shitless.
Misha says that you want to put posters in the library. For the elections? Even though they are really far away, I guess it's okay. I didn't know that I could even decide those kinds of things.
You can! Isn't that great? Ha 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 ha! Are you happy? Yay! Yay! Woo!
God, I want to punt you so bad.
Misa grabs Yuko's hands and forces her to clap joyously for herself. Yuko doesn't look very happy about learning that she has more responsibility and power than she'd previously thought.
No, please.
Hey, John, since you're here, you can help me put them up.
Pulling out a giant stack of posters from her bag, she cuts them in half like a deck of cards and passes me. And, what was I doing? Shit. There we go. Pulling out a giant stack of posters from her bag, she cuts them in half like a deck of cards and passes me the slightly smushed half.
Chichan had a really good idea. We can put some flyers inside books, too. Then, even if they try to ignore us, they won't be able to. They could even be spring-loaded.
Well, like that scene in Jackass with the,
Yeah.
the boxing glove behind the Valentine. Misa tries her best to convey the same tone Shizune used. It sounds close to the real thing and also a little menacing.
You know she was probably just kidding, right?
I liked it.
No, please. Not that.
A super, ultra aggressive marketing blitz. We're gonna start going door to door, too.
Jesus Christ, do you hear yourself? That's a fucking terrible idea.
Misa pouts at her Miss Shizune impression, fingertips tapping together rapidly in annoyance.
I love harassing people. I love making people feel uncomfortable, Hee-chan.
I know. I'm one of those people.
Yes.
Fucking, yeah.
You
What?
think every
What?
idea is terrible. You're horrible. You're horrible.
No, this idea's insanely terrible. Like, literally too terrible to ignore. We can't do this. No.
We can. Wah-ha-ha-ha. Hee-chan.
That sounds like a challenge.
Mutiny, mutiny.
Mutiny is bad. Don't fight.
Wah-ha-ha-ha. It was just a joke.
Okay, don't fight.
The way Yuko sounds when she's trying to be firm makes me think of a kindergarten teacher. I suppose that makes her very persuasive in her own way. Look at that crying sprite, that made me feel like I was kicking a puppy. Putting up the posters is surprisingly hard. Some of the rest of the library is already plastered with bulletin boards and flyers lining every couple meters. Some of them places so unlikely that I'd never noticed them before. Deciding which of them to peel off in favor of our own adds a lot of time to an otherwise simple job. By the time the bell rings to signal the end of lunch, Misha and I still have a sizable amount of posters left. As we leave, I decide to stick one right by the door. It must be the one Shizune. It must be the one Misha did. It must be the one Misha did. It has a little drawing of Shizune on the bottom. Alright, so if you two would like to joke a bit more, then this is your absolute last chance, because as soon as we start the scene, I gotta call serious time.
Okay.
So yeah, you got anything goofy and wacky to say, get it out of your system literally right now.
We gotta goof around now. We gotta be pretty quirky.
Aha, pee pee poo poo.
Yeah!
Yeah, pee pee poo poo. Yeah.
Stinky Winky.
Oh, stinky.
Uh-oh.
Poopy.
Hee-chan stinky.
I may have made a mistake.
Poopy. Boo boo, haha, funny poopy.
I have definitely made a mistake. So, actually, I need to call one more intermission before we do this
Alright.
before
Yeah.
serious time. So, yeah. You two, I gotta get up. You two can go ahead and joke together on your own time. So, so yeah, you two can say whatever the hell you want as soon as I put the weightings.
I'm
You're
gonna
obviously-
say gamer words.
Oh, Jesus. No! No, you should
Yeah.
not! Don't say the gamer words! No!
And on that note, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Please stand by. So, welcome back, fine people of the internet. So, unfortunately, while we were gone, I'm feeling a bit betrayed at the moment because I thought we were all just having fun, having a little joke, but no. You sort of defied my expectations in the worst way. It was, not very pleasant. But unfortunately, I can't play Hisao, so I gotta give him back. He stays on. I'm gonna keep him on, but I'm not gonna be happy about it.
We're writing the twit longer as we speak. We're writing the twit longer as we speak.
You need me, you stupid piss baby.
No, we don't, bro.
You stupid piss babies need me.
Do I now? Do I now?
We don't need it. I can play like 3 characters. I got it.
Precisely you can. Or at least I
can play Hisao. I can be my own love interest. I got it. The chemistry I have with myself is immeasurable.
If you can't love yourself, how can everybody else love you?
Exactly. You got it. If you can't be your own love interest, then how can you be anybody else's? Why does my Fuki look wonky? What? There's like a white spot on my thingy. Did Robert Downey Jr. have a little bit of an accident? What the fuck is that?
Wait.
Oh, you got a little raid. Check it out.
Oh, sweet. That's Brother Soul. Brother Soul, good to see you. Also, oh my god. Kick him from the VC, kick him from the entire server. I committed to the bit too much. Oh.
Oh my god. Oh, Cliff. Oh, you really kicked them, didn't you?
Yes.
Oh my god.
I said there was an option kick from the VC. I didn't realize I would kick him from the entire goddamn server.
Oh my god. You committed. You know, I have to respect that. You truly committed to the bit.
As much as I would like to say that was the result of me being a comedic genius, it's more the fact that I don't know how to fucking work Discord.
You did it. Oh my god, that's so real. You got fucking owned. Oh, that's power. That's power. That's power.
Shit, how do I let him back in? This is a problem.
You have to invite him, I think, yeah?
It's not giving me the option to invite him again.
Hold on, I might have some...
Yeah, I'll just make another invite.
Yeah, you can just send another invite to him.
This can't be the first time somebody's been accidentally booted from a fucking,
Yeah. Yeah, you just gotta...
invite them again.
Really...
Right. It just, it
that's
didn't
ultimate ownage, though. That's like a really big power move. Like, you like... He
sorry,
comes in and be like, you can't do anything without me.
When he said that, I just couldn't resist. He gave me that good of a... you give me that good of a layup, you can't expect me not to go for the fucking slam dunk.
Yeah, bro. And that was a slam dunk. That slam dunk, you broke the backboard, bro. You broke the backboard with that one.
Yeah.
You shattered the backboard.
I knocked over the whole fucking hoop.
Yeah, bro. Like, you just fucking... Such a power move, though. Someone's talking shit and you just kick them. You're like, mid call, you're like, nah, fuck you. Get out of here.
I couldn't resist. Absolutely
oh my god.
Could not resist. Okay, there it is. Send him the invite.
Alright.
Oh, that was fucking...
That was fucking hilarious. Oh, there
You fuckers still need me. You dumb bitches.
Okay, so like I was explaining to Yoro, I didn't think kicking you from the VC would kick you from the entire goddamn server.
That's fine. It's whatever, dude.
Yeah. So for those of you who don't realize, that was all a joke. That was all a bit. It just went too far. Like as much like I said to Yoro, as much as I wish that was the result of me being a comedic genius, that was more just me not knowing how Discord works. Anyways,
we did it. We funny. In the words of Yoda, funny joke.
Yep.
Funny joke.
Or no.
Just like Yoda.
No, it was more like Splinter. I made a funny.
Funny.
Anyways, so if that didn't get
funny was you.
Yeah, I suppose so. Anyways, so if that didn't get all the jokes out of our system, now Yeah, exactly, Chris. That wasn't on me. It just said kick Yusa. It didn't say kick him from the VC or the
Kick
server.
him. The ban button. The ban hammer.
Anyways, so now that that's all out of our system, now that we've had a good little chortle, it's time, unfortunately, it's time for the drama bomb. Or fortunately, depending on how much you like this route.
I'm ready for the tea.
Yep. Ready for the feels.
Yeah.
Alright, let's get this done. A couple days later, Shizune heads off to go eat lunch by herself and doesn't come back. She must really be swamped with student council work, and though I know that she probably missed most of that work for herself. When I get to the student council room, I find the door unlocked. Before opening it, I hold back for a second to see if I'll hear Misa slapping through it. Nothing. I'd almost check that as a sign that no one's in, but Shizune wouldn't leave the door unlocked in that case. She's at her desk, sleeping in her chair with her arms folded over her chest. What a stiff pose. If it weren't for her eyes being closed, there'd be no way to tell that she was asleep. In fact, I can't even be sure that she's asleep right now. Normally I tap a text to wake anyone else up, but it wouldn't work with her. I immediately start thinking of tricks I could play on her as she's sleeping. It's disappointing that my train of thought goes in those kinds of directions.
Hello. Good afternoon.
She signs one greeting with each hand. It's confusing.
Hey, what are you doing? Secretly slacking off?
Shizune smiles, but lowers her head to conceal it and tries her best to look annoyed instead.
Don't just stand there. It makes me nervous if I'm sitting down and you're not.
I take a seat in the nearest chair while Shizune pauses to adjust her glasses on the bridge of her nose like she's fine-tuning an instrument.
Why are you so far away?
Does that make you nervous too?
Pressing her lips, Shizune doesn't look too amused by my taunting her.
I had some free time, so I thought I would drop by and see if you're still busy.
Do you want to help me?
Yeah.
Actually, on second thought, we have a few more minutes of opening for jokes. That was my mistake.
Okay. Get it out now, boys. Let's
Yep.
go.
I'll know for sure now.
Too bad, bitch. I'm grateful, but it's not necessary. I just finished The Last of Us. It was a pretty good game. And, and now everything that needed to be done is done.
2008.
So formal. That game fucking sucks. Man, what the fuck? Misha was just as businesslike yesterday. And you guys like on some shit. Like, who the fuck are you?
I'm always on some shit. Like the student council candidate should be.
That was fast from zero to immediately criticizing people who aren't even our colleagues yet before I have the chance to stretch my legs.
At least the presidents. They need initiative. Then maybe they can motivate everyone else. Or at least strong-arm them along. But even though there's a bunch of them, they're all just so wishy-washy. There's no one running for vice president, so they all want the big prize, but none of them have the right drive for it. And then the treasurers are always so flaky. I've decided to use my powers to just eliminate the position.
Wait, what the fuck? Is this allowed?
Is this allowed?
Is this allowed? Yo, I don't think it works that way.
It is what it is.
How do you sign like that? What the fuck? When did you do it in hand?
Okay. Maybe she just wiggles her fingers slightly while she's doing the
Yeah.
signs.
Jazz hands. It is
Yeah.
how it is. Jazz hands.
With that, Shizune stares grimly into the distance, rubbing the frame of her glasses. That doesn't answer the question, future dictator.
Oh god! Oh god, I'm turning into. Oh god, I'm turning into a dictator! Oh no! It starts morphing into me.
Gets the brain.
I thought I had a chug jug real quick. Fortnite and all that.
Cool. Hell yeah. I
Callbacks.
need some more. I need some more shield pots.
I'm disappointed. They should want me out of here faster because they want the job, or at least disagree with me having the job. If I can't mobilize a bunch of student council wannabes for either reason, all my work would have been for nothing. They're gonna be so slow about it, I'll just hold on to my office for as long as possible.
Shizune punctuates the sentence with a snap of her fingers, creating a sound as sharp as a gunshot. I wonder if she knows how loud she can do that. Also, did the game skip for anyone else?
A little bit.
That just
I'm
fucked
not
with me a
sure.
bit. Like, I heard the music skip and I was like, oh, fuck me. Is my computer about to crash? Knock on wood, knock on wood. Knock on fucking wood. It's definitely an attention grabber, so I can see that it's invaluable to a mute. She might have practiced it because of that.
All right, Richard Nixon, all of it? That's a little harsh, don't you think?
I am not a crook. I always thought that this is the real test. Leaving a lasting impression is important. That's why I don't build sound castles. They crumble when you leave.
Maybe, but if I see an especially neat one, I still think it's kind of impressive. I'll say it's impressive. I kind of admire you, so to me, it wasn't for nothing.
She tugs at her glasses so she wants to take them off, smiling wryly.
Sorry. I was careless and something selfish slipped out. I've always wanted to stand at the top. It didn't matter what it was, as long as I was the best at it and understood it completely and made it my own.
Gee, this sounds familiar.
Like when you hear a song and dream of being a musician, or see a plane and wish you could be a pilot. Have you ever had a dream like that?
Yeah, like when I watch a porn and I'm just like, God, I wish that was me.
I wish I was Johnny. I wish I was a janitor working at school with hot bitches. What the
What
fuck?
the hell? Where's my harem of women catered specifically for me? That was
First-
my dreams.
The first time I played soccer, I wondered if maybe I could ever get good enough to wow people. That was just a fantasy, though. As soon as I saw the gap between me and people with real talent, I put those dreams behind me. Well, with my heart the way it is, I can't play soccer anymore anyway.
So, do you still have dreams like that?
Have you ever had a dream where you did you so hard you could do anything? No, they're unrealistic. I realized it very quickly. There is always someone better.
I was about to say, fucking spit it out. A nostalgic expression crosses her face. She looks rather mature right now, as if the days of competing vigorously against others for supremacy are long behind her. They aren't, but that's another story. Of course, I know that nothing could be further from the truth. Just last week, she wanted to see which one of us could blow the biggest bubble with a piece of gum. It could be that she was even worse when she was younger. That's a terrifying thought.
I like that. There was always someone better. When someone greater than me would appear, I'd get so excited that I want to challenge them. Even though, in the end, they would usually turn out to be better and I would be left in awe, there were some people who were on a different level completely. After a while, I got jealous. I wanted something like that for myself.
So, is that what the student council is? The thing just for you?
No. Even though it feels like that sometimes, that wasn't why I decided to do it. That is another story entirely. But I like being student council president. Even if the work is hard and I'm always biting off more than I can chew, this is what keeps it exciting. People at the top shouldn't be able to be comfortable all the time, anyway.
You sound like a farmer.
Although they wouldn't suit her, Shizune would look cute in overalls and a straw hat. Somebody did draw that, but I've long since lost the picture.
Real,
So,
Rest in peace, Mishimi.
so if that wasn't the reason, why'd you run for the job?
I didn't, but afterwards I decided to stick with it anyway. I wanted to be the student council president because the old student council was stupid. And I want to stir people up so that they'll always be able to say, that was interesting, today was interesting, that kind of thing. Memorable experiences. I'm happy because I think we succeeded. You, Misha, and me. I have a selfish desire too, though. At first it was something I thought would only be a nice bonus, but I've gotten greedy. That is why it would make me happy if the elections go smoothly. It would be the only way I could see that my wish was granted.
What is it then?
It's a secret.
Something that I might not be ready to let such a weak dodge slide by so easily. Shizune quickly waves him down any attempt to follow him, embarrassment coloring her face. It's something she wants to keep to herself only because it's too silly to do otherwise. I start to feel a pang of hunger and check my watch. It's earlier than it looks. Too early for dinner.
Hey, I'm kinda hungry. Do you have any kind of food in your desk?
For a second, it looks like the question confuses her, but she recovers quickly.
Bruh. That's because of her supplies?
Food is supplies.
He's got you there.
You're stupid. You shouldn't have eaten lunch.
Look, I didn't think it would be a problem if I didn't. If I was working, I wouldn't have to think about it. I'd be too busy being hungry.
She puts her hand up to her mouth in a poor attempt to conceal a laugh and tries to hide it further by pretending to use it to push her glasses further on the bridge of her nose.
I guess you're not, since you already ate.
I'm not good enough to send the appropriate words, so I settle for pointing at the stack of Chinese food containers leaning precariously out of the top of her trash can.
Those are from yesterday.
Okay, so then we're both hungry. Let's get something to eat. Not from the cafeteria. There wasn't anything good at lunch, so I really doubt there'll be anything good left over. You know, order something? DoorDash? Postmates?
Two of those on
Uber
Earth.
Eats? The future is now, old man!
No, Cap, for real, for real!
For real bussin'! TikTok, yeah!
Yeah, no shy!
Ordering out 2 days in a row is What? Excuse me, Shizune?
Hey,
I
look,
didn't know.
people, you know, hey,
No.
some people just don't have time to make food, alright?
Yeah. Only in case of emergency, somebody grew up rich and with food security. Somebody
My life is an emergency.
Listen, bro. Damn, Shizune. Damn.
With this,
Only in case.
Go ahead, read the line.
Oh, no, you can say it. Paul.
I was gonna say, well, this would probably be a good time to mention that I had a Zora for dinner, so,
Yeah. Oh, man. I want to go get some curry. I'm hungry. Damn it. Oh, I drink some water.
Well, let's, hope we get through this session quick then,
I think we can.
I'm sure we
Only
can.
Only in case
You
of
know what?
emergencies. That is my personal policy. Your policy's stupid!
This is why she's just thinking putting some snacks in her desk. It'd be an easier way of dealing with these kind of emergencies. I want to tell her, but sounding out how hungry I am like 5 times has made me too tired to be a smartass. And I just almost knocked over my mouse pad. The temptation's really great, though.
Oh, Jesus Christ, she's back.
Misha's distinctive up and down voice sounds muffled through the door. She bursts in a second later.
Don't move. Her vision's based on her vision's based on movement. Just stand still. She can't see you.
Hey-chan, you moved! You're here too!
Fuck! 2? How the fuck did you know that there was someone already in here?
Silly. I sense movement. If it opens, someone is inside. Wahahaha! Am I interrupting?
Shizune shakes her head.
Great! That's really great, but I was sure I would be. Is this a break?
We were just about to, like, do it, so can you, like, leave?
Fucking hot
What?
sex!
Bump uglies. Horizontal tango. The birds and the bees. I thought so too, but it turns out everything's student council related is over, so no sex for now. Is that why you're here?
Yeah, I like to watch.
I think we've broken Cliff. I think we've broken Cliff.
Well, you'll see why momentarily.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh god, okay, I'll read the line again.
Wahaha! Yeah, that's right, John.
Sorry to disappoint you. We were just discussing whether or not to order out for dinner.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, but Shizune's being a fuddy-duddy about it. She says that we can order food 2 days in a row. Oh no, are you hungry too? Because if you are, we can outvote her.
That sounds fun, Hee-chan. And I am a little hungry.
Hungry,
Hell
sorry.
yeah. Fucking hell yeah. It sounds like a mutiny's about to happen.
Shizune pinches the frame of her glasses, clearly thinking that it does seem to be a knee, but being outvoted by a clear 2-1 margin, there's nothing she can do. Misha already has her phone out. It's fucking garish. Look at that hot pink abomination.
Hee-chan, you promised we would have a student council thing just for us, right? Right, this can be it.
Shizune only shakes her head. The last party she'll be able to attend is Yamaku's student council president. It's too special for her to put that level on our spur-of-the-moment early dinner. Even though I'm sure the real thing will be just like this, a meal like any other with the three of us. Okay, so that was fun, but now dead serious.
Okay.
Dead serious.
Okay.
Complete serious time.
Okay.
Alright. After I finish eating and clean up, I say goodbye to them and head to my dorm. Although I don't feel particularly tired, I think I'll just go straight to sleep tonight. If I were back home, my mom would nag me not to go to bed right after eating, but what she doesn't know won't hurt her. That's not a good idea. I take a look at the clock as soon as I get in and realize it's a lot later than I thought. It also feels a bit silly checking the clock when I have a phone and a wristwatch. I take out my watch and hold it in one hand while holding my phone in the other. It makes me feel powerful and stupid. I try unsuccessfully to go to sleep, and I'm glad when someone interrupts me by knocking on my door after only a few minutes. I figure it couldn't be anyone but Kenji, which is why I'm surprised when it ends up being Misa.
I forgot I was muted, so I said that line and I was muted. Sorry. Okay.
Hi, Hee-chan! You don't look happy to see me.
No, I'm just kind of surprised. Did Shizune remember something that she wants me to do after all? It's late, but whatever. I guess it's good that I didn't change.
Nope. I just thought I'd follow you back, Hee-chan.
For fun?
No, of course not. It's because... Come on. Just... That is a stream deck. Of course not. It's because she wants to talk. It must be about something important and something she doesn't want Shizune to know about.
Do you want to come in?
Yeah, thanks, Hee-chan.
She walks in and immediately takes a seat in the chair. The natural thing to do, but I'd expect her to sit in the bed.
Hee-chan.
Misa frowns harshly, her arms folded over her chest. It's like she's trying to play a grim interrogator. All that's missing is the mustache and the dangling, flickering light bulb on a string.
Did you make Hee-chan sad?
What do you mean?
When I went to the office today, Hee-chan couldn't hear me coming. That's why. When I opened the door, I saw a really confusing expression on her face. Hee-chan looked happy and sad, and I wanted to know why.
Well, it wasn't because of me. I didn't even see it. I think she's depressed that she won't be student council president anymore in a few months.
When I asked Hee-chan about it, she said that it was okay.
It's meaningless. Shizune would say that, but it's ridiculous to think that she would let go of that easily. I mean, there are times when she'll want to fight me over the last apple or chocolate milk or whatever. And that's stuff that doesn't even matter.
Chocolate milk is important.
Okay, it is. Don't get mad, but not as much as student council is to her. She wouldn't just wave it off so easily.
You're right.
I thought this was supposed to be an interrogation, but it appears Misa's already forgotten about it.
But I don't want Hee-chan to lie to me to make me feel better. Most people don't know how serious Hee-chan is, and I think she's just putting on a show or something. I'm happy that you understand it, Hee-chan.
It's obvious, especially with how she talked about it today.
Misa leans in closer with interest, resting her head on her palms.
Really? What did she say?
They're close enough that I don't think much of how she's prying.
Why she joined the student council, sort of. She started, but then decided that some stuff should just stay classified and signed. It's a secret. So I guess that's what she told me. It's a secret.
Well, if someone tells you that they have a secret, you can sort of call that a secret by itself, Hee-chan.
Just like how, according to you, luck is a skill?
It can be.
Be careful, not so loud.
Why, Hee-chan?
You're gonna wake up half the people in the building, and on top of that, dorms aren't co-ed.
Hee-chan, are you thinking something dirty?
Stop being weird.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Yo, wait, no, wait.
If you are, it's okay, I think.
Hearing that makes me realize how easy it's been for me to talk to Misha all this time. To be able to go this long without feeling the need to be on guard. This is the first time I have.
I feel sad, Hichan. It's funny. The happier Shichan gets, the more depressed I feel. Even though I should be happy for Shichan. I still am, but I can't talk about my problems with her.
Why not?
Just like Shichan can't talk about her problems to me. It's the same thing, Hichan. If we have that kind of problem, then I'm not sure anymore what I should do. I wonder if I'm a bad friend.
Misha gets up and quickly drops herself on the bed until we're sitting only a few inches apart. Just a couple of seconds later, she pushes her head forward and gives me a light kiss. It misses my lips, more due to bad aim on her part than because of me.
What are you doing?
Although it's just a formality, I'd be stupid to not know where she's getting at. It's just that it seems so unlikely that I'm hoping there'll be some way I won't have to deal with it. Now she decides to be shy and giggles embarrassed.
Do you like me, Hichan?
Yeah?
Her head is buried in my chest. It feels like she's talking into my skull. She might be able to feel it pressing against her cheek. I've tried too hard to hide it from both of them before. It seems like there's a dumb thing to have worried about so much in retrospect.
Please comfort me, Hichan. Just for the day.
Misha, bro, Misha.
Yo, Misha! Yo, Misha!
Bro, you
Yo,
don't.
Misha! Yo, Misha!
This is some Jerry Springer shit, bro. What the fuck is going on here, bro?
Yeah, so, let's just say, that's why I sort of died a scene ago, because I knew this shit was coming. I fucking knew that this was about to happen.
Bro, I could smell that as soon as you're like, it's okay, I think. I'm like, nah, bro, no.
Yeah,
Except-
bro, yeah, bro, yeah,
Okay,
bro.
These bitches
okay,
ain't shit,
okay.
bro.
Okay, Mr. Hero, if you're that enthusiastic about the possibility...
No,
we
don't
can-
cover Misha. That's such a fucking dick move to do. Oh my god. Nah, bro. Dude, these bitches ain't shit. These bitches are not loyal. What the fuck? You just backstabbing your friend over that shit.
not...
No.
It's okay. She
So,
doesn't understand.
okay, I think this would be a good time to mention that this is the only choice in the entire route. The only
Is it-
one.
Really?
Yeah.
How many, okay, in comparison to this route, what's it like in the other routes? Like,
So, the other ones,
There's a lot.
it depends on if we're talking about
lot.
plot-relevant choices or, actual, like, just choices in
I mean,
general
like-
or plot-relevant ones. Plot-relevant ones, they're about, like, 3 or 4 per route.
mm-mm.
And I think Emmy's the one with the most, and that has, like, 10, I think. But most of them are just
Damn.
extra scenes, like, just here and there sort of shit. So, but no, this, you only get one shot, and obviously, if you're perceptive, you can easily not fuck it up.
Yeah, like, bro, it's
But-
right there.
But you know what? Mr. Hero sounded very, very
No!
enthusiastic.
We don't,
No,
don't
no,
cover
we're
her!
leaving.
No! No!
Oh,
don't
buddy,
you
here-
dare!
I don't have the time.
Hold on,
I don't have the time for it.
No, don't you dare! Don't you dare do that to Shizune! I will skin you alive! I mean it! I mean it!
No.
Don't do it!
I didn't say we had to read it. I just wanted to see her reaction to it.
Oh god.
Plus, it'd be me doing most of the reading anyways. But if you don't have time, you don't have time. Like, do you actually have
Yeah.
something you need to do, or
After this, yeah, I do.
shit? Hold on.
Well, no, it's fine. Like I gave like a time frame to everybody that I was talking to about it, so
Oh,
don't worry. You're good.
alright.
You're good.
So, I saved my state because the thing is, like, you can fuck up once, but at least you can go back. This is
Yeah.
a visual novel. We have time travel and shit, so
Yeah.
we can pull dick moves and not actually have any consequences for it. This ain't Doki Doki. Anyways, so yeah. That said. Double Misha. Fuck no. I said double Misha, but she has to cover herself. Cover yourself. And I just realized if I'm going to actually do this...
Dude, Shizune was at the main menu thing, bro. She knows. She knows.
She's watching.
Disable adult content.
Bro, this is Neto Dare, bro. Oh, this is advanced cooking. This is advanced cooking. No.
As much as I pretend to protest, I've allowed things to come to this point. Even though I knew so far ahead when she actually came out with that, that's what she was getting at. At the very least, I was okay with this outcome, and if I needed any more proof, it's simple. I still haven't turned her away. I could have at any point, and it was wrong of me not to do it sooner, but now, not doing so is something beyond simple carelessness. Misha takes my silence as agreement and squeezes herself against me tightly as if she's trying to get into me. I lost my balls immediately. Nope.
Yeah, get out of here, bro. Shizune, bro. No.
Yeah, if you really, this is a free game. If you really need to know what's going on that badly, you can just play it yourself.
Be gone, thought!
It's more complicated than that, and we're going to learn in the last scene of the night. This is actually, we're actually almost done for the night, so, alright, enough sidetracking. Fuck off of me.
Get the fuck out of here!
Okay, serious time again. Before I can answer, she pushes her whole weight against me and it balances me enough to send us both onto the bed. If I don't answer quickly, then the situation will only become more precarious. I know that I should have never let things get as tangled as they already are. So even though it isn't the most tactful way to refuse her, I push her off of me. Misha falls backwards onto the sheets, so softly that it seems like she's barely fell at all. Eyes closed, she stays like that for a while before getting up with a hollow laugh.
You're right, Ichan. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure how I feel. Regretful slightly, even though I've grown to hate regret. Sad for a multitude of reasons. I'm also a little angry both at her and at myself. And in a way, it even seems like I'm not really feeling at all.
Don't be.
No, Ichan, it's okay. I am, really. But just asking was enough for me, I think. I'm happier that you said no.
Is that right? Well, that's good.
Yeah, it is. Thanks, Ichan.
Whoops. She pulls herself up and leans against the wall. I'm assuming she is. My head hurts so much that I don't bother opening my eyes. I lie on my bed, listening to the rustle of my hair brushing against the sheets and the grass whistling and waving in the wind outside. I guess I should say more to reassure her, but I wonder if that would really help. Maybe better to say nothing. I just don't know, although I think that in this situation there's no one right thing I can do.
Good night, Ichan.
With that, she leaves, the door clicking shut behind her like a guilty whisper. Maybe it's because I'm eager to put today behind me, but after Misha's gone, I find it much easier to fall asleep. I do so almost instantly. So, one last little detail. If we had gone through with that, this scene right here would have been almost exactly the same. Just saying every now and again, wow, we fucked. That was a really bad idea.
Damn, we fucked up.
And even better, half of Act 4 would have been the same as well. Just, then at the second half of the act, it turns into Sad Town. Bad things happen, rest assured. But we're not doing that. And speaking of not doing things, I remember to put this back on, just so I don't screw myself next episode. Anyways, okay, back to serious mode. The following morning, I wake up thinking that most of my time is going to be spent trying to avoid Shizune and Misa. What happened last evening still makes me feel uneasy. I thought that sleeping on it would help elevate that feeling. I feel like an idiot for believing it'd be that easy. I think about whether or not Misa might feel the same way. If so, she probably won't show up to school today. I considered doing the same, but it'd be pretty suspicious, and staying inside all day in fear doesn't appeal to me. It never really has. Like I thought, Misha isn't in class this morning. Shizune is, but today's a busier day than most, so she gives all her concentrating on her classwork, and that means there's little idle time for her to start up a conversation with me. I've grown so used to seeing Shizune and Misha together that I hadn't realized until yesterday how much that hasn't been the case lately. And it's a shame, because the empty seat next to her reminds me that they are a pair, so... So yesterday is something I will take to my grave. If I feel this way about it, I wonder how Misa must feel. Just as regretful? When she came on to me, that was more depressed than sexy to start with. I can only imagine how much worse it'd be now. Thinking about it like that, I want to see her again, but only half-heartedly. The other half of me is still terrified, even though I hate to use that word. It makes me feel ashamed, but I'm sure it's the only way to describe myself right now. I spend the next couple periods in the library, not in the mood to sit in class for the rest of the day, but I'm willing to walk back to the dorms. While I'm lazily flipping through the pages of an uninteresting historical fiction novel, Shizune drops herself in the chair across from me, pouting.
I think it's sort of pointless to come to school and then skip every class.
Sorry.
At least tell everyone that you're sick.
I'm just not feeling it today. Yesterday I was fine, though. Tomorrow I'll probably be fine. Taking a sick day in the middle of the week is just too suspicious. That 24-hour flu thing or whatever won't fly.
It's not suspicious.
It is.
I turn back to my book, but Shizune gently pulls it down, in contrast with her expression, which straddles a line between concern and anger.
Is something wrong?
What?
Is something bothering you? Because you're acting a little suspicious today in a different way. If there is, just tell me or I'll be mad. I'm not good at reading people.
What a ridiculous thing to say after picking up my mood so easily. She's only half kidding, but there's some truth to it. After all, she can't hear tone and has relying reading to communicate with others. It's as if you could only ever have conversation with someone through text messages. That has to mess with you in some way. It's probably why she stares so intently at people in order to gauge their reaction. Or maybe it's why she pushes so hard to get people to react. I've thought about it before, but it's too hard to say for sure what his exact motivations are for anything. So I wonder how much of that was a joke. Sometimes it's easy to tell. This time it isn't. Assuming it wasn't a joke, I can't tell her anyway, because it's sign language. There's enough time to collect myself and lie efficiently.
Nothing. I've just been thinking about the student council's future lately. I believe Misha is doing the same. Well, in her own way.
Oh, sorry, Raw. So am I, but she isn't here today. I wish she would let me know something, because I need her help later today. Yours too, unless you're busy.
I'm not.
Thank you. I feel like I'm losing a lot of people close to me lately.
I can't think of a good way to respond to that. Something reassuring and confident, tell her not to worry. I'm here for you, I'm not one of those people. But then who the fuck is? It seems so forced. I'm not to wave on my hand, it seems extremely callous as soon as I do it.
You shouldn't feel that way.
Hmm.
I might be just a little sick. Not enough to go through the trouble of making it official. It's just easier for me this way.
It's the wrong way.
I've heard the hard way and the right way are usually the same thing, so it's not a big stretch to say that the opposite is true.
Well, fine. If you say you're alright, that's good enough for me.
Wait.
Hmm?
You asked me, so I'm turning it around. Is everything okay with you?
Yes.
She signs it without a moment's hesitation. After that, Shizune waits to see if I'm going to follow up on it. I don't, and she leaves. I feel like an idiot for not going further, even though I think it's better that I didn't. I've been in the library for quite a while and decided to go up to the roof for a change of pace. A fresh breeze hits me the second I open the door. This is really my favorite area of the school, I think. Then I see I'm not the only one here. I can see the girl with bubblegum pink hair in front of me. Her back is to me, but I don't have to see her face to know who it is. I'm sure Misha's the only person in the world with hair like that. I get the feeling that I've stumbled on her at a bad moment. She obviously wants to be alone, and I wonder if she hasn't noticed my presence. If so, I'll leave right now, but she has, and turns to face me.
Oh, hey, John. I thought someone was behind me, but I didn't think it was gonna be you. This time, you surprised me.
Is this referring to her habit of sneaking up behind me and asking me to guess who it is? I've never been surprised by that.
I'm surprised too. But this is good. I had something I wanted to talk to you about anyway. Not that. What's going on between you and Shizune? She won't tell me, so I'm asking you.
Because you're easier to get an answer out of, since the same sign language that gives me the leeway to lie to her gives me a cushion against my questions, so that she can more easily brush them off. When she hesitates, I push harder.
Just give me an honest answer, please.
It's complicated, Hichan. It's because something that happened a long time ago. I thought I could just forget about it, but it's really hard. So, that and graduation coming up made me want to spend more time with Shichan. But Shichan is always busy now, so we've been fighting. But I'm tired of it now. Because I like Shichan.
So do I.
No. I know you like her, Hichan. I mean that I like Shichan in the same way. What? What? Holy shit.
There you go. There's the twist.
Oh my god. But then, girl, what the fuck? What the fuck was that? What was that? A scene ago. What was the reason? What was the reason?
Nobody knows. The devs didn't answer that. So I'll read the line, please.
Yeah, I got you. I want her to be my girlfriend.
Nisha closes her eyes like a condemned criminal confessing the last of their sins in front of the executioner. It only makes it harder for me to think of a response, and I know I have to give one.
I see. I never knew.
I didn't really want to come to this school, Hichan, but it sounded interesting, and even if everyone hated me, at least it felt like they would leave me alone. I was learning sign language, but wasn't very good at it. Shichan was trying to get people to join the student council because it was only her and Lily. And then she came up to me, and I couldn't understand her at all. But Shichan wouldn't use pen and paper. She knew that I was taking sign language classes. I was exposed quickly, I didn't know any. That only made her try harder, and I hated Shichan and thought she was making fun of me. That wasn't the reason, though. So, I slowly fell in love with Shichan, and I told her that I loved her. It was in the student council room, when it was just the two of us. I had these fantasies of Shichan staying alone in the office, trying to put everything together all by herself. It seemed so lonely to me and so sad. I think I wanted it to be that way. That way I could be there for Shichan, and maybe Shichan would like me. Even though there was no reason for me to believe it, I did anyway. I wanted it to be true, and so I was okay with letting myself believe it, even though I think I knew. That day was really, really beautiful too, Hichan. You were done with everything, and I was looking out through the window, and even through the window, the light was so warm. I wanted to stay like that forever next to Shichan. But then I looked at Shichan, and she had her back to the window and was still working on something, blocking out the rest of the world. The light was on her shoulders, like when I was put a blanket on my shoulders as a little kid.
Nisha stops for a second as they're trying to hold on to the image of Shizune in her mind.
Shichan looked... It was like Shichan looked in a way that made me want to be with her, but it felt like it would be hard for that to happen. That was a really, really long time ago. My hair was different back then too. A little messy. I cut it because Shichan was always talking about it. Anyway, I told her right then and there. I confess. I was rejected. So, I thought that was it, Hee-chan. But Hee-chan was always trying to find me, and I hated Hee-chan again for it. And when I asked her why she was doing it, it was because I was her friend.
Her cheeks have a hint of red in them. I wonder how much experience she's had with crying that she can keep herself from doing it so well. If she didn't pause to wipe her eyes, I might have never noticed.
Having Hee-chan say that made me happy. But also sad, because she never meant to hurt me. It still hurts. Even now. Hee-chan has a way of manipulating people, Hee-chan. Sometimes she wants to, and sometimes she doesn't really, but it happens anyway. And sometimes I'm just not sure exactly which one it is. And I feel doubt. I just wish Hee-chan liked me instead of you. It made me wonder if I was starting to hate you and Hee-chan just a little, and I didn't like that.
So, you were thinking maybe it would be better if I weren't here at all.
She looks confused. The thoughts never crossed her mind.
That's not it, Hee-chan. I thought about it a lot these last few days, and I don't want to hate anyone. You or Hee-chan. It's so stupid that I ever felt like that, isn't it, Hee-chan? I don't want to think about that kind of stuff ever again. And missing people, and being apart from them, I'm tired of it. And I don't want to think about it anymore. I already did, though, so I'm still really the worst kind of person. I wasn't thinking that it would be better if Hee-chan had never come to this school. I was thinking, wouldn't it be better if I just died?
I forgot about that line for a moment. Oh dear. I should have put a warning before that. That was my mistake.
Ah.
Sorry. My mistake. Hope nobody sensitive to that sort of content is left in here. Complete mistake, I'm sorry. Misha presses herself harder against the fence at her back as if hoping to slip right through it. Without really thinking about it, I grab her hand. My reflexes are terrible and I manage to only grasp onto a few of her fingers, but it's unimportant.
Sorry. Oh, hold on. Sorry, it's just you said something pretty weird just now.
Yeah, I guess that's right, Hee-chan.
Yeah. Do you want to know what I think? Shizune's the type of person who won't let anyone close to her, except on her terms. It's frustrating. Sometimes it's even infuriating. That probably would have bothered me when I was in the hospital and anyone who shut me out was dead to me. I'd forgotten all about it until recently. I got a letter. It was all about that. I was mad. I thought, how can you accuse me of closing myself off from everyone and giving up? Isn't that what everyone else did to me? What else am I supposed to do? What can I do? Yeah. Even now, I know that's how it happened, but she was right, too. I did close myself off. So I made up my mind that I'm not going to let that be the case ever again.
The hospital? Hee-chan, is that what those pills are for?
Just listen, please. Shizune is the opposite of how I was. She has always wanted to draw people closer to her. That's the only reason Shizune was interested in me in the first place, I think. And I think I was determined to not let that happen in a way.
Misha casts her eyes downward, understanding perfectly.
I never realized how hard that can be. And now, I feel like I'm going to return the favor. Even if it takes twice as long. I already learned a second language just to get this far. It wasn't as hard as I thought, but it was definitely hard. Sometimes I felt like I was clawing up my way up a mountain with how my hands hurt. And you did the same thing, and it was for the same reason, wasn't it? It's really amazing. Which is why it makes me sad and a little angry you would say something stupid like that. That's just what I believe anyway.
Her shoulders slump and Misha almost slides to the floor like she's drained of all energy.
You're too dramatic, Ki-chan.
She says while looking away, turning her head almost as if she wants to look out at the school grounds, but not turning it enough to do so. The door behind us opens, the sound only barely able to be heard over the ambient breeze.
I've been looking everywhere for you two. Is this some secret meeting?
She walks over to us, leaning against the fence next to Misa as if she needs to stop and catch her breath before pushing herself off it and continuing.
I'm bored sitting in the student council room every day now without either of you ever coming by. Taking some time off is fine, but this is just too much.
Normally, Misha and I would be jokingly making excuses for ourselves at this point. This time, there's only silence. Shizune, always expecting resistance, is thrown off balance by the lack of it. A few seconds pass in uneasy silence, which Shizune breaks with an ear-shattering snap of her fingers, smiling as if to say, Eureka!
Let's go do something together.
Like what?
Anything. We should go to the student council room first and then figure it out from there.
It seems like a trick to get us to do work instead.
Very funny.
Misha laughs, managing to let it out with strained Wahahaha. That Shizune can't say it makes me feel better. It means that it wasn't only for her benefit.
I was thinking that you both could actually help me with something. What else is there? We can't go out to eat. We already ordered in yesterday, and that was already breaking policy. 3 days in a row would be unforgivable.
But that was ordering in, Shi-chan. Going out to eat is different.
Yeah, totally different.
You're both kidding yourselves.
Before I can reply, Shizune grabs my hand, limiting my ability to do so. My options cut down so drastically I have no choice but to start off making a face at her instead. She makes one back before extending her hand to Misa as well. When Misa's reluctant to take it, I walk forward as far as holding onto Shizune at the same time will allow me and take her hand for myself. She only has a second to smile before Shizune starts pulling us impatiently towards the door, binding us together like a human chain. Although it's dangerous, none of us seem to think of letting go any step of the way through school, out of the doors and across the grounds. This feels familiar, as if we've walked like this before. The three of us, hand in hand. Of course, the mood was a lot happier back then. I can see the lingering sadness on their faces, and it makes me wonder if anything's really changed. If this is all just a distraction or not. But I think it's just me slipping back into being cynical because of the moment. It's a start. Act 2 is done! Act 3 is done, I
Woo!
Damn.
We're out. Let's go.
mean. Hell yes. Act 4, which will be next episode. We're done for the night. Unless we have enough time for me to get my redemption with the fucking H scene.
No.
So just for the
cooking.
So just for the record, neither of you would have to read anything to me. It would all be me. This is it's a point of pride more than anything else, but if we really have more important things to do, then we're done, so it's whatever. But first, overwrite this save. Overwrite that. So, actually, I know what I'm doing. I should put it into a poll. I should let the,
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Okay, poll. Should I read that scene? Actually, no. Let me do it in this window instead. More space to work with. Poll, should I read that scene? Responses, yes or no. 1 minute, 2 minutes, 2 minutes should be enough, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright, 2 minutes. So in the meantime, what do you two have to think about what we just read?
Oh my god. The fucking reality show level bullshit that we just got put.
Yep, there's a reason I big upped all the twists that were happening in this
Oh my god.
round. You thought I was joking, you thought I was being silly, but no.
I was like, I was like, oh, Misha, you harlot. You thought you're backstabbing your friend. Oh no, she's gay for a friend. Okay. I still don't fully understand. I think, like, why? Because, like, at first I'm like, oh, maybe she, like, wanted to, like, sabotage their relationship and stuff, and, like, get him out of the picture or something, which also doesn't make any sense, because, like, then Shizune would not, like, maybe, I don't know, maybe she was just, going in there and be like, if I'm going down with the ship, I'm just gonna, fuck it, we ball, if I'll burn it all down type of thing, like, I don't understand her reasoning why she tried to fuck his out, but it made for some good drama, I will say that.
Yep. Although, so the funny thing is, like I said, nobody knows what our logic was for that.
Really?
Yes.
They never explain it. They
don't explain it in the game, and the developers just generally don't explain shit in general. They expect you to come up with your own interpretation, because again, that's just how the writer of this route goes. That's just how he rolls.
I mean, it's a pretty good twist, like, and I could, like, I guess my interpretation was that she just went, like, scorched earth tactics, like, if I do this, like, they won't be together. I may, it's like one of those, if I can't have Shizune, nobody can type of shit, where she's like, she just kind of fucked up their relationship.
Time to ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, which I think is really based of her and really funny. I think it's really funny.
Okay, survey says no HC.
Okay.
Fine by me. Although, it's funny, and I'm not among people who would goad me into reading it anyways. Callie.
Cough.
Yeah.
Callie motherfucking Calico.
She always says, man. She's always gung-ho to read it. Good for her, though.
But that's
for her.
That's why we love that woman. That's why we love this woman in this stream.
Yeah, but I actually like that scene where I guess Misha explained it. I had fun voice acting it.
Yeah, you were getting into it. I thought you were, like, legitimately about to cry for a moment there.
Yeah, I think, like, I was reading it and I'm like, oh my god, bitch, I felt bad. I felt genuinely bad. I'm like, oh, bitch, you got hit with my crush is straight thing. Damn.
Yep.
But
bye-bye, homewrecker save state. We don't need you.
Yeah, we don't need you.
And I saved,
I like
so...
that scene.
Yep.
But the cool thing is that Hisao can have 2 girls.
You would not be the first... Or no, that's all we were doing. I was about to say you're not the first person to propose a threesome route, but, didn't happen. Not gonna happen. Dead serious game. Damn. They didn't tell you it was an Ace game. That's interesting. So, at least from my perspective, I don't know if I mentioned this, first stream we did, the Act 1 stream, a year ago, but, the entire reason this game entered my radar is because, oh shit, it's a fucking... visual novel, H-game, dating sim, made by the people we don't speak about, and it's, like, it sounded like some real edgelord shit, and I was like, see, I was going through that phase where I was into, like, everything potentially offensive, and I was like, oh my god, this sounds awful, I need to fucking read it, and then I read it, and I'm like, this is actually the best thing ever made, like, unironically, and it's not edgy at all, like, it's actually, like, heartwarming, it's fucking, there's a reason it stuck with me 11 years now later.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got bad at this shit. But, yeah. So, with that, I think we are just about ready to, I think we need to decompress from that, I think.
Yeah.
Because, we still have one more stream to go of this. Like I said, I'd rather do the whole act in one shot again, like the first act, but... again, that's negotiation. Shit, no, not my channel. We can negotiate that later, because for the immediate moment, we need to pick a raid target before we bounce off.
Oh shit, who's on? Let me see.
So I have somebody I want to raid if nobody has any ideas, but you two are my vaunted guests. You two get a say in it as well.
You can ball out, do whatever you feel like.
Do what you need to do.
Yeah, I will as soon as the goddamn Twitch tab plays. I swear, ever since I switched to Firefox, Twitch has been taking forever and a day to load, especially if I'm streaming.
Oh, dude.
Okay, so, if we're going by what I want to do, Jesus Christ, I forgot. It's Saturday night, everybody's fucking on, goddamn.
Yeah.
That said, I do have it narrowed down. So, my good friend Sissy Hime is having her 2-year anniversary. There's also, Mikon the Mink. Mikon. She's having a charity event stream sort of thing.
Oh.
And then the last option we have, if I can find her. Where is she? Shit, is she done already? Where the fuck is she? Never mind. My other third option was actually already, apparently has already ended at the time I was doing this. Which is weird. That was only an hour ago. Must have been a short-ass stream, but, okay, so, Cece, Mikon, or else, we also have my friend Arcania. She's a good girl. Because, we're balancing it out. So, for the Emmy route, we rated Bat, literally the most famous person on my stream. I went full Cloud Chaser on that one. And then last stream, we rated another friend of mine who nobody who's watching this probably knew. So,
Okay.
depends which.
I'm not good at rating people. I'll be real. I have the hardest time choosing a raid target, so I think it's really up to you on that one.
All right, Mr. Hero, do you have any strong opinions anyway? Oh, he's muted. He muted himself.
Oh, no.
Okay.
I don't have any strong opinions regarding it.
Okay, then in that case, I'll split the difference. Out of the ones I wanted to raid, Cece was the strongest. So,
Okay.
and again, it's her anniversary. I've known her for 2 years. She's a fucking good friend of mine. So,
Nice.
we say hello to her. So yes,
Very
we
cool.
are going to raid Cece MAVT, my favorite Cyclops.
Woo.
Great friend of mine. Great friend of the stream. Cracked artist too.
Go.
So, yeah, we'll say hello to Cece. So, thank y'all for coming. See you next episode. It'll be less dramatic than this, but still, this rod still has some tricks up its sleeve. So, at any rate, thank you both for turning in another great set of performances, making some real banger jokes. I'm gonna have fun scrubbing through this for clips like I always do.
Yeah.
And, thank you very much, Christmas. And, I almost forgot to thank Christmas, thank you for the follow. Tevo Motto, if you're still here, thank you for the follow. And thank you, Soul Marquise, for the raid. And with that, we're actually ready to go. So, thank you all very much again. Let's get ready to say hello to Cece. We'll see you all very soon, hopefully for the next stream. I'd rather get that done sooner rather than later, but I'll discuss that with these two later. I've cracked the whip enough on them for one night.
Yar.
So,
Thank you for having us.
yep.
Yeah, thanks.
Yep.
Woo.
So, it'll probably take a minute because I forgot, I loaded it kind of slow, and I gotta wait for the goddamn Twitch ad to play, so...
Twitch ads are very stinky.
I miss when the,
Hate them.
I miss when any of the fucking ad blocks worked. Those were the days.
Oh, dude, yeah. It can be so annoying.
Yep. So, yeah, that'll do it. So, let's go say hi to Cece. Thank you all again. Y'all have a good night.
Bye-bye.
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 Later.
Oh.